Southern T, back with another EP. And today, I'm here to talk about something highly interesting to me. Today, I'm going to do my best, to stay on subject, at least in the beginning, to get y'all, my rundown. So, not too long ago, maybe a couple months ago, about 2 months ago at the longest. Not that long ago, but at this point, what feels like long ago. And I ain't even got this done shirt yet. I'm going to get my opening statements, then I'm going to show this done because I want to make sure that I get out what I need to get out. It feels like a while ago, but it really wasn't that long ago. About, a month or so ago, a month and some change. Mykal Fox and the other guy's first name is evading me, but his last name is Masquerade. Fox versus Masquerade on, the PBC Fox card. This was a Sunday fight, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out my guy MP What the Fuck. Shout out my guy Tyree 357. Shout out Fred Hall. Terry Cunny and the D Hive. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I'm gonna get into the chat in a minute, y'all. But not too long ago, we had a fight, right? We saw Masquerade try to get into the ring, with loaded gloves on Mykal Fox. And we also saw Mykal Fox greatly outbox this guy and not be awarded the victory at the end. Also in this fight, we discovered that there was a bad judge in this fight. The bad judge, Gloria Rizzo. You know what I mean? She has a history of scoring cards horribly. She scored this particular card 17-10 for Mykal Fox, which raised eyebrows, which was highly alarming. And also in figuring out Gloria Rizzo, because her scorecard was so alarming, we got to dig in. We end up finding prior history. Gloria Rizzo also is, a known racist at this point. I mean, she's a racist. She had comments for, the former First Lady Michelle Obama. She had comments for, LeBron James. All pretty derogatory, racist, comments. Not even borderline racist comments where, she could backpedal, go back on it. Straight up racist comment. So we had a racist judge in this fight with, Mykal Fox and Masquerade. We saw Mykal Fox clearly dominate a guy, not be awarded the victory. We also saw a guy come in the ring and cheat blatantly, and and the fight still went on, in which, a lot of people feel like that the guy lost, but he was awarded the victory. So, nothing happened right off the bat, of course, but, guys like myself, guys like, Blue Blood Sports, guys like Drew Titan, guys like 7A Sports, guys like guys like that made it an issue, about Mykal Fox, being robbed in this fight in which Mykal Fox dominated, you know what I mean? So the WBA eventually came out like a week or so after that fight, and they petitioned to the Minnesota Boxing Commission, to overturn this fight. Now, one thing I would say about the WBA, they suspended Gloria Rizzo, took a license, you know what I mean? And they did, petition, not even petition, they did, they brought it to the Minnesota's Boxing Commission's attention, that this fight should be looked at, Mykal Fox versus Masquerade, that it should be looked at. And the Minnesota Boxing Commission are the ones, per words of Mykal Fox, that didn't, overturn a decision, that didn't even take the time to look into it. And I have the, the letter, the actual letter that they sent Mykal Fox, posted on this Southern T. And I'm going to read the letter to you. I'm going to read to you what the letter says. I'm about to go to it in my phone. I got the picture right here. I'm going to read it out to you. What the letter that Mykal Fox, that they sent Mykal Fox says verbatim, because I don't want to misword it. But it's not the WBA, per se, they dropped the ball here. It's the Minnesota Boxing Commission. But this video is about corruption in boxing too. And I kind of think, the WBA did what they did because, the YouTubers, quote unquote, the LDBCers, put pressure on them. But I kind of think all this was just, to get us off. I don't think they ever were going to, really do anything about this. And I feel like that right now at this point, we most definitely need to be making, even bigger deal now about them, pretending that they were going to do something, putting it out there in the news that they were going to do something, promoting that they were going to do something, and in the end, actually ended up doing absolutely nothing at all. So here's the letter. That they sent to Mykal Fox, that the Minnesota Boxing Commission sent to Mykal Fox. It said, "Dear Mr. Fox and dear Mr. Mascray, enclosed in the Commissioner's administrative order addressing the grievance filed by Mr. Fox, the Commission affirmed the win for Mr. Mascray over Mr. Fox. The scope of the administrative order is limited to the outcome of your August 7th, 2021 bout. If either you wishes to appeal the decision, the instructions are set forth in the administrative order." So the Minnesota Boxing Commission told Mykal Fox that, upon, their review, that fight didn't, need to be looked at again. And it also said that Mr. Fox, to be the winner, Mr. Mascray still will have won the bout because John Moreno and David Singh scorecards determined that Mr. Mascray was the winner. And all they're saying is that you lost on the cards, or you lost on the races lady card, but the other people still had you losing too. So all they saying is because it wasn't just the racist judge that had you losing, then we going to overturn it. But that's what I was getting at earlier. The WBA, made them bring attention to it, but then the Minnesota Commission, turned it down. And I'm thinking, if the WBA really wanted something to happen, then something would have happened. So for them to say, "Oh, well, the other judges still, had you losing along with the racist judge," I feel like that's complete bullshit because yes, that racist judge was directly connected to the WBA, but they all were WBA, official judges, you know what I mean? So they could pull that trigger from anywhere, not just in-house. The in-house judge is just the one for sure will be the determining factor. And read it again, it said, "The commission denies Mr. Fox's request to change the outcome of the bout because there is no bias to do so." So basically, they told Mykal Fox. That they didn't see enough reason to overturn the fight. They just straight up didn't see enough reason. They didn't see enough reason to overturn the fight, even though the guy came in and he had loaded gloves. They didn't see enough reason to overturn the fight, even though one judge flat out red-handed, was a racist and was a husband of the WBA, counsel, which is illegal. They didn't see enough reason to change it because they said the other judges had him losing also. So I guess at some point, I guess because we went so hard on Gloria Rizzo, we made them feel like that, oh, we thought it was just her that was corrupt. No, she was just blatant corruption. The whole freaking process is corrupt of everything that happened in this situation. How if they could get away with this, and if they could get away with this, and we can't even file appeals to even fix it to get it right, that means they could do this at any point at any time. And I chose this week in particularly to talk about it, especially with the Caleb Plant Canelo Alvarez fight coming up. Now, Caleb Plant, I still ain't got this shirt yet, but after I finish preaching this shit, y'all, I'm gonna bring my camera, roll my weed, and then I'm gonna get this thing shared. But I chose this week for a reason. You know what I mean? It's too much, and let me preface this by saying Caleb Plant said that he feels like Canelo Alvarez is 100%, not cheating this fight, not taking steroids or nothing like that. So that came out of Caleb Plant's mouth. He said he feel like Canelo Alvarez is on the up and up for this particular fight. But I chose this week because, Eddie Reynoso, and I said it again, I don't think that Canelo Alvarez is bad for the sport. I damn sure think that Eddie Reynoso is horrible for this sport. You know what I mean? That's why I put Valdez's picture up there, because a guy like Valdez could blatantly, pot dirty and still be allowed to fight and get a statue in the next 2 days. And I know that you don't build statues in 2 days. So they were already, going to make him their win. And I lost 3 people when I see Valdez in the statue. But fuck it. They were already going to make, Valdez to win in that fight, which is how we could see a guy like Michael Fox outbox Masquerade and a guy like Robson outbox Valdez and, lose fights. Now, Robson Cohen Sinkow said that he was going to, also file a grievance. So, we sitting and waiting to see what they do about his grievance as well. We waiting to see about his grievance as well. But back to Michael Fox, I just think that the fact that the whole world saw this guy try to cheat in the beginning. The whole world, saw Michael Fox go in the ring and proceed to beat this guy up, after he cheated in the ring. So at what point, do we draw a line? At what point do we stop, the madness? At what point do certain fighters get treated fairly? You know what I mean? But let me get in here for a second. I got MP, my guy Ghost Bomb Squad came through. Isaiah Felix said, in Gloria, only got a 6-month suspension. Shake my head from the WBA. Syree 357. Okay. But hell yeah. But that's what I'm getting at too. If the WBA, let me get this thing shared too. If the WBA left it up to the Minnesota Boxing Commission to overturn this decision by Michael Fox and Masquerade. Hold on, I'm sitting up. I'm gonna bring my camera up. I'm getting set up. Getting set up, bro. I sleep on to eat first. Sleep on to eat first, y'all. I'm fucking starving. But please, if you come around. All right, Coach King, I see it. Have my light look. Let me get this thing shared too, because I ain't shared my joint yet. Let me get this thing shared. But yeah, I just think everybody, people, I think a lot of the people fake cared about this Michael Fox situation. A lot of people fake cared about it. A lot of people, talked about it, just then. A lot of people talked about it, just then because, it was the cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's the hip. It's the hip thing to do. You get some points. Let's talk about, Michael Fox situation. Cheat. You know what I mean? But I actually do give a fuck about how much cheating going on in boxing, because this is already a warrior sport as it is. Already a blood and guts sport. Shout out to my guy AB sliding through this jump. My guy Bruce Gold sliding through this jump. Appreciate y'all sliding through, y'all. Appreciate y'all sliding through this junk. Glad y'all can make it. I'm getting this thing. Sure, we're in here cooking on this Michael Fox situation. Y'all, this ain't no old thing right here. What I'm talking about is something new. Like they just told Michael Fox that they not gonna do nothing about him losing the Masquerade. And I just think a lot of people fake cared about it. I think the WBA fake cared about it. I think the fans, fake cared about it. I think a lot of the people that we know fake cared about it. And I think that they kind of just waited till all that shit died down. I think they waited till all the hype died down. That was like, we just gonna wait till this shit died down. And we ain't finna overturn shit. These niggas ain't gonna remember. What the fuck going on. These niggas gonna be fighting amongst each other in just a second. You know what I mean? But it's really really terrible when we could like they literally could change the history of boxing as it is. Like we literally could see guys go in the ring and lose fights. We could see guys go in the ring and lose fights and still be awarded victories because the powers that be feel like that this guy should be the champion over that guy. Since when did we get in here? And since when did we stop letting the best fighters prove that they are the best fighters? You know what I mean? And a lot of people probably already did forget about little old Michael Fox and all that good shit. But I'm not gonna forget about it. I'm not one of those guys who feel like you have to be just an extremely high profile name to deserve justice. I feel like we need to attack it even harder when it's a smaller fighter, when it's an up and coming fighter, to let people know that you can't even slip shit like this by on the lower level. And I'm gonna do, my part in the best that I can to try to bring light back to this situation, back to the fact that the WBA, that the Minnesota Boxing Commission decided that they not even gonna look into it. They told him that he could file another grievance against them. You know what I mean? That he could file another grievance against them. So the Minnesota Boxing Commission is the place to blame. And the Minnesota Boxing Commission is one of those places at the Armory down there. They've been putting on, fights lately. They've been putting on fights lately, but that's not a big, boxing. That's not a big boxing venue. That's not a place that people go to, to put on big pay-per-view fights and all that. That's an up-and-coming spot. You know what I mean? And I feel like that the Minnesota Boxing Commission are really just playing their role. I think everybody in this situation just really played their role. I don't think the WBA was about to do anything until we made a big fuss. And I think after we made a big fuss, the WBA was like, okay, well, Minnesota Boxing Commission, if y'all want to keep having fights here, y'all see that we starting to build, fights and fighters, out of this Minnesota place. You got Dave Morrell Jr. who located there, Jamal James located there who just lost. You had this Michael Fox fight that was there also. So, they're trying to, get a fight circuit going in Minnesota. You know what I mean? And I don't think Minnesota really want to, affect that. I don't think Minnesota really want to, put their hand in it, to mess up, their business that they've been getting over there lately. You know what I mean? So I think really, even though the WBA, got it off their hands in the sense, by telling them the Minnesota Boxing Commission, y'all can look at it, y'all can handle it. And the Minnesota Boxing Commission is the one that said, nah, we straight, we ain't gonna do it. I think the Minnesota Boxing Commission like having fights in Minnesota at the Armory. I think they want to continue to have fights in Minnesota at the Armory. So I don't think they're going to be too quick to overturn, much at all, overturn anything type deal. You know what I mean? So I think really, I think the WBA could have done more, and I believe if the WBA really wanted to do something in actuality, they would have done it themselves. Because the WBA could easily, handle this themselves because that's all it's about. Because that's all what it's about. Now, and you know what? I say this. Okay, now that we at a point where the Minnesota Boxing Commission said that they're not going to do nothing, right? And again, I don't expect to have a lot of traffic on this show because I'm talking about justice being served on this show. So I don't expect a lot of people, to want to see justice served, especially not by a guy that look like Michael Fox. But I'm gonna tell you, something T-Skin Holloway, I ain't letting this shit fly, bro. I ain't letting this shit fly. They ain't finna sneak this one by on me because they can sneak this one by on us, on me, and they'll be able to sneak anything about on us. And that's again, what I was hitting on was it needs to start with a smaller fighter with smaller fight. It don't just have to be Deontay Wilder. It don't have to be, a big name for y'all to come up and to speak on these issues, support these issues, and to stick with these issues. Now we saw Deontay Wilder through his issue, all the way through his shit. But it's bigger than just Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder was on the grand scale. Deontay Wilder is who they were attacking, but we could have even avoided them being able to get Deontay Wilder if we started earlier on the smaller scale type deal. You know what I mean? Just right now with Masquerade. just right now with Michael Fox and Masquerade. We seen that the Minnesota Boxing Commission. We see that the Minnesota Boxing Commission is on their bullshit. So just like we was outraged about it when it first went down, I think like we all need to come. I think we all need to come together and we need to get outraged again and make another fuss about the Minnesota Boxing Commission not overturning it because that's the end. That's the thing. The WBA they could fix it themselves. Now WBA can't take away wins and losses, but what WBA can do, they can say, you know what, y'all got to fight again, which is what they told us in the beginning that those guys were going to fight again. But we still haven't got, those guys in the ring with each other since then. But the WBA could easily fix it. They could just make them run the fight back, let Masquerade beat the dude up again like he did the first time. Call it right this time because we clearly saw that he won the last one. But actually just call it right this time. Right the wrong, everybody go back. And we not going to let y'all forget about that day Michael Fox got robbed their first fight. But the WBA can fix this. But I don't want to get the heat off the Minnesota Boxing Commission because they had the last say so. They had the latest say so in this. And if Michael Fox, let it go, if he decides not to keep pushing the issue, then that's just gonna be the end. But you know what I think? I think more people like us, and I'm a talk to them for sure. I'm gonna say my part on it to guys like Drew Tice, guys like Blue Blood, to bring back to their attention that this Michael Fox situation still hasn't been taken care of, and they not trying to take care of it. Because again, I'm one of those guys who feels like that if they could do this to Michael Fox, then they could do this to anybody. Michael Fox was just a test run to see how it's gonna go. So now we let them get away with this Michael Fox shit, then they just go, rob somebody again, let a little time go by, and then so on and so on. They go be able to do this. They go be able to do this at any point, not just with Michael Fox. So I think it's time that we need to step back up as a community, as brothers, sisters, and all that good shit. And I think we need to bring light back to this Michael Fox issue because this situation, justice has not been served. They pretended to serve justice. They acted like they would serve justice. They put a little promo justice out there. They put a little promo justice out there in the world, and they said eventually everybody's going to forget about it. But Sudden T ain't gonna forget about it. And again, I don't expect this particular Sudden T to have a lot of traffic because of the subject matter at hand. And nobody wants to talk about the truth. The truth is uncomfortable. But Sudden T, but Sudden T is here to talk about it. The job is not done with Michael Fox and Masquerade. You know what I'm saying? We did good in the beginning. We did good in the beginning by coming together, making a stand and making a push. But I'm telling y'all, and not even just Masquerade, not even just Fox Masquerade, if we could get on this shit now, you know what I mean? They won't be able to do this shit again because it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time until it happens to a fighter that you like, or a fighter that you know, or a fighter from your community. You know what I mean? A fighter that you know personally, a fighter that you like, a fighter you're a fan of, a fighter from your community. You know what I mean? If they could do it to a guy like Michael Fox, who let's just say that you don't care about much, don't look at it as Michael Fox. Look at it as the next up and coming guy who's about to step into the ring and do it. Shit, help him out. You know what I mean? By helping Michael Fox out, you help him out. If we keep our foot on their neck and we keep our pressure on them about this Michael Fox shit, they won't be able to pull this shit off and do it to nobody else. You know what I mean? But let me get in the chat real quick. Let me get in the chat real quick. And this is straight up freestyle show. That is straight up freestyle show. So, but I just think man, they gonna continue to do shit like this if we don't continue to stay on their necks about it, and not just be on their necks about it, while the situation hot. Not just be on their necks about it, while it's the cool thing to do. Not just be on their necks about it when it's, a big, when it's a big box, Deontay Wilder, Earl Spence, like that. I think if we, step up now, when they trying to do it to guys like Michael Fox, they won't be able to even get to the guys like Deontay Wilder and the guys like Earl Spence, Tank Davis, and all this shit because they already understand, they already know how we coming about it and how we coming with it. You know what I mean? But let me get in the chat real quick. Let me get in the chat real quick. Shout out my guy Ghost Bomb Squad. Shout out my guy Ghost Bomb Squad. Syree 357 said they racist and corrupt. We have to get a petition going. They robbed my uncle. Okay, getting that hood. No one really cares. The whole system is flawed. Oh, system, it ain't one body or one commission. It's everybody. Everybody. Facts. This news comes on the same day boxing to the life of a 24-year-old fighter named Terrell Zamanya. Yeah, I remember that. Take that in and think on it. We just lost Terrell Zamanya last night. Just turned 24. Preacher Colin, Patrick Day, so many more. And this the answer we get when we ask for some justice in the case where the whole world saw. Facts go. Real shit. There needs to be a public investigation into the WBA commission and every party involved. We need financial reports too. Everything needs to come to light. Who paid who had what relations were, who had interest in relation to protect who, what happened behind the scenes between the lines, everything. Why was there no investigation on the gloves? Y'all missed that. Why was no one held accountable there? The skin gloves, which were signed off and approved. Come on, man. Look, the skin gloves, which were signed off and approved. And they tell you all the time. We talking about Michael Fox and this, y'all. And they tell it because Michael, the decision just came down that they not taking away Michael Fox, loss. Now it's two parts of this because if they don't take the loss off Michael Fox record, then I need to at least order that fight again and give Michael Fox his real shot to redeem himself, in which he shouldn't have to because he won the fight in general. I'm keeping the WBA on the hook, and I want us to really, really, really go at the Minnesota Boxing Commission and put some fire under their ass because they kind of new to the block, they kind of new to the scene when it comes to this boxing shit, putting on these fights and shit like that. So we need to go and get on that before they even get too goddamn comfortable, feeling like they could duke motherfuckers and fuck motherfuckers over to begin with. You know what I mean? He just something they already did again. Val Pierce and Robson, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They trying to get us. They trying to get us accustomed to seeing it and accustomed to doing it. Like we could do this. We could do this shit right in y'all face, and y'all not gonna be able to do nothing about it. A guy like Michael Fox pushed the issue, and then the first go round they told him, bro, we still can't do shit about it. You know what I mean? So it's up to him, to petition for it. But I think it's up to us to bring light to it, like we've been doing. And it's most definitely, I'm gonna do my part because I'm gonna talk about this shit again, and I'm gonna do my due diligence again to tell everybody that I think should know about it to talk about this shit. A lot of those guys, a lot of guys that I look up to, a lot of guys that talked about this shit from the beginning, they watch me anyway. So hopefully they see this and they can see that the WBA then told this man that they not gonna overturn that. I mean that the Minnesota Boxing Commission then told this man that they not gonna overturn shit. And the reasons that they gave, and I didn't post that picture in there, but the reason that they gave was because the other two judges also had him losing. So they said that, well, since the other two judges had you losing too, and they not racist, we don't, see a reason where we should overturn that fight. So I guess they saying, since you brought up this one judge when we should have just said all y'all. We thought all the judges was corrupt. We just blatantly knew that one judge was corrupt. But they said the other two judges not corrupt, right? So boom, everybody had you losing. And then they said they didn't see enough bias in the decision to overturn the decision. That they didn't see enough biasness in the decision to overturn the decision. So cool, Minnesota Boxing Commission. Now I'm putting the pressure back on the WBA, but I think we need to deal with the Minnesota Boxing Commission on the whole larger thing because they could have fixed this already. You know what I mean? By taking that damn loss off Michael Fox record. He said, I literally watched this nigga rise and put all types of hands on Valdez and lost due to touching the back of his head gently. My God. Right. Shout out my guy D Hard sliding through. He said, what up, Southern T in chat, LDBC. Salute LDBC. Appreciate you sliding through this, John Brody. Glad you could make it. Glad you could make it, brother. Glad you could make it, brother. But hey, yeah, I just think that it's time. I just think, bro, we can't continue to let this shit like this like sneak back. They do it because they know that a lot of people not up on, a lot of people not paying attention to it, and they could let this shit sneak back. We gotta stop letting this shit sneak back. You know what I mean? Slide back. And I think the first step to do it is to stay on this Michael Fox situation. Don't just raise hell. Don't just raise hell, to get your views up. Don't just raise hell because it's the hot fight. No, it's the hot topic. I need us to really stay on this to get real justice, to get real, to actually make something happen, not just to get our likes up and get our views up and shit like that. Because they did it to Michael Fox. They did it to Robson Corn Sink out with Valdez. Let Valdez fight on the juice. Let Masquerade come in with skin gloves, approve the skin gloves for Masquerade, then gave him the fight afterwards. He said they should have done what they did to Sabika and overturned the fight. In fact, and they could have, but that's where I'm getting on, the Minnesota Boxing Commission, because they're the ones that chose not to do it. But now, because they chose not to do it, hopefully Michael Fox them, took the petition to another level, to an even higher level to keep it going. And now I need the WBA to make their fight like they said they would. Because I didn't forget. I haven't forgot. The WBA clearly said that they were going to make another fight between those two. So I need y'all to go and make that fight between those two. Michael Fox said on my show himself that now they ain't hit him up about another fight, but they said that in the beginning, and they came out Michael Fox's mouth. That's what I mean when I say they fake served us justice. I want real justice though. I want real justice this time. And again, I'm a call on the people I can call on. You know what I mean? The sound of my voice type shit. I'm gonna make sure I talk about it. I'm gonna make sure I continue to talk about it. I'm gonna keep saying that I'm not one of those guys that fake care about shit like this. Because shit, if I have a son one day, I got a little cousin nigga about 7 years old. Nigga got long arms, kind of tall, thick as hell, he's big as hell to be 7. I want him to box. You know what I mean? So I don't want one day my little cousin or any future, little fighter out here, little up and coming fighter out here to go out there and then have they chances taken away from them, because it's deeper than just a Michael Fox. It's deeper than just a Robson Cohen sink out. Look how you got to really look at the depths of what the fuck going on. If you could go out here and you could rob these people of fights they really won, you could change somebody's career forever. You could alter a guy's career before he even has a chance to really blossom. You know what I mean? Michael Fox got a loss. Michael Fox got a loss on his record that's not real. He might not get this fight. He might not get that fight. He might not be, the superstar he could have done, because he got 2 losses instead of 1, or he got 3 losses instead of 2. You know what I mean? Or he got this many instead of, you know what I mean? You could drastically change a guy's career given that losses, especially when the ones they don't deserve. When the fighter goes in the ring and he puts his all, he grinds the workout, all that good shit, training camp, up early, sleep, eat right, sleep right, all that good shit. He do all that good shit to go out there and actually win the fight. The world see him win this fight, and y'all take the fight from him. Y'all let the guy come in there with skin gloves first. He beat the guy up, and then y'all still take the fight from him. And now, since they want to say, well, the other 2 judges, scored it against you too. I think all the judges corrupt now. I think everybody was in cahoots. I just think the Gloria Martinez lady was down there to make sure. She was the for sure scorecard. You know what I mean? Which why she gave it 17-10. She was the for sure scorecard if the other scorecards, if the other scores like caught cold feet, or it didn't play out right, they for sure had that Gloria Rizzo card. But just reading that ruling, them saying, oh, because that's I think Minnesota Commission and the WBA are all in cahoots, especially if the WBA don't order that fight again, like they said. Because I think that's why the Minnesota Boxing Commission said that, oh, all judges had you lose, not just that judge. I think that might have been the fucking backup plan now at this point. So I think everybody in cahoots, the WBA and I think the Minnesota Boxing Commission in cahoots. And I think that uh, we need to continue to make a bigger fuss about it. We need to keep making this bigger fuss. We need to keep making a fuss about it. Michael Fox was already a replacement fighter on this card, so ain't no telling if Michael Fox even go get another fight on Fox with the PBC because he was a replacement fighter for this fight. And now he didn't came in there and he didn't lay down for this guy. He didn't fucked up the plans and he pushed the issue afterwards. Who knows if Michael Fox even go get another fight? So we kind of need to be asking Mike about his fights coming up or something like that. That's why we try to get him in the ring with guys like Keith Thurman, guys like that. Keith Thurman had a fight in so long. Michael Fox called him out. Get in the ring with a guy like Keith Thurman, do your thing, get your name up. So people, I want that to happen because I want people to talk about this robbery that they did to you in Robson, Corn Sincal, so this shit could stop. We got Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez coming up here in a couple days. In a couple days. Rumbling's already be on Canelo Days. He get favorable, scorecards, Lara, Trap, shit like that. He beat Trap, he knocked Trap down. But they was, inside of that fight, they were saying that Trap was down on the scorecard in the fight where some people thought Trap was up. Now I think Canelo won a Trap fight off the knockdown, but some people feel like that Trap only pushed because they told him that he was down on the scorecards. You know what I mean? So, we got that fight coming up. There's a lot of cheating is too common in boxing. And I'm not even gonna say these days because I feel like it's always been like this, even throughout history. Cheating is too common in boxing, and cheating is too accepted in boxing. Shout out to my guy D Hodge. He said, I don't know how they sing. I don't know how they sing. Shaking my head, right? Yeah. Like he knocked him down multiple times. Knocked him down multiple times. He said, look at Program versus Taylor to rob the dude of undisputed. Right. And that was in a different country. That's what I mean. Like Program was in Australia, so you know how they go. You could look at their fight and you could check the punch numbers. And you could check the punch numbers on that fight too. The punch numbers even favor Regis Program. You know what I mean? Yeah, but they hit that fight over there. They hit that fight over there for a reason. They hit that fight over there to rod Regis Program. They used Regis Program being the dog against him. They know Regis was going to take that fight. But y'all absolutely right about that Regis and Taylor fight for sure. And we need and that's exactly why. Shout out my guy LJ. He said, "What's scanning? Good night, good morning. Appreciate you sliding through this joint, LJ. We in this motherfucker talking about Michael Fox versus Masquerade and how they just told Michael Fox about at this point might have been about 3 weeks ago. They told Michael Fox that they not overturning a motherfucking thing and that the reason that they not overturning is because they didn't feel like that there was any biasness going on, and also they didn't feel like that they didn't feel like they felt like because not just the racist judge had Michael Fox losing and the other judge had him losing too, that there wasn't any biasness going on, so they didn't overturn his decision type deal. So I'm in here talking about it now. The fact that we clearly saw Michael Fox outboxing Masquerade, and something needs to happen about that. Like fuck what the judges. What about you? Like you sat there and watched that fight. I feel like the judges. I feel like the judges, and I feel like the WB. I feel like the WBA and the Minnesota Boxing Commission all in cahoots. You know what I mean? So if I'm Michael Fox, I'm gonna take it that next step. But I just what I hope is that this don't get him blackballed, in boxing type deal. You know, I hope this don't get him blackballed because he already was a replacement for that fight. Because he already was a replacement for that fight to begin with. Replacement scapegoat had no issues getting over to keep the bread going. Yeah, fact. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I think we need to make a bigger. I think that's exactly what they thought, LJ. I think that's exactly what they think, LJ. It's exactly what they think, and they know they could get away with it on certain fighters. That's why I was saying, like, that's why I put Valdez in here too. Fighters like Corn Sinkow, Michael Fox, little guys like that. They practicing on them to sneak it over, to get it. I feel like they got wild, too, but they doing it on these little guys to, to see how smoothly they could, do it. They like, okay, if we rob a nigga, we say we gonna do something. Wait a couple months, these folks gonna be to forget about it. And niggas have forgot about it. So suddenly I'm doing my part to bring attention back to it to let motherfuckers know that the Minnesota Boxing Commission just recently said that they not changing shit. You know what I mean? That they not changing shit. Isaiah Felix said, I had Fox up every round. It was a shutout. It's the definition of the term robbery. Yeah, facts, bro. He said Fox probably screwed, bro. Yeah, facts. And I just feel like, if we make enough noise, I just feel like we need to keep making noise, man. You right, and this is the coming of the day, dog. L. Jack said Fox probably screwed, bro. And most people know it, and they know it. They know that they could get away. They know that they could get away with this shit. Like I just said, they like, okay, we gonna say we gonna do something. We gonna let a couple months go by, and we ain't gonna do shit. I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna talk to the people, who I feel like, control the wave. I'm gonna talk to, the big dogs who I could talk to, you know, type shit. And I'm gonna tell them folks what's up. Like, I feel like we need to be back on this wave. I feel like this don't just need to be a wave. I feel like we need to keep pressing this Michael Fox issue because we all saw this, so they won't do this shit no more. They can stop doing this. Again, when it first happened, the WBA went silent for a couple of days, like 4 5 days, until we dug up Gloria Rizzo history and racist this and racist that. So that's how they was able to pinpoint her and say, okay, well, it wasn't just her that had you losing; it was all of them. I think all of them was in on it. I think everybody was in on it for the WBA and the Minnesota Boxing Commission, which is why we got the ruling that we got. So I feel like we need to throw another fucking fit. We need to bring light back to it again. Let them know that we just not forgetting about this shit. It's a lot. It's some good boxing going on right now. You know what I mean? It's some good boxing going. We need to throw this motherfucking topic back in there because this shit is continually to happen, and this shit go keep happening. If we keep forgetting about this shit in 2 months. You know what I mean? I feel like it was the popular thing. I feel like it was the popular thing to talk about for a second, but now we see that justice hasn't been served. We popped enough shit to get them to fake. We popped enough shit to get them to fake care about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's after they didn't came out with that ruling. This ruling came down last month on the 20th. So this ruling came down about a little less than 2 weeks ago. A little less than 2 weeks ago, this ruling came down. He said us small towns need to put it on blast. Might not help, but we can keep the talk in the mix. Yeah, we need to tell the folks that we know we could get it on the bigger channels. Type shit. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. As soon as I get out this motherfucking live today, I'm sending I'm sending this shit out to the folks who I think can make a move, and hopefully we can get some motherfucking traction on this shit again. That we got to get them to do something because they didn't take. Basically, what they said was they not doing shit. Now I'm putting the pressure back on the WBA because I remember the WBA also said that they gonna let them folks run it back. So the WBA need to be letting them running it back, and I need Fox them to push the issue again on the commission, on the motherfucking Minnesota commission, and I need us to keep talking about it. Now, you know, we can't go to war. You know, Fox can't go to war with the commission. But if he could just push that issue one more motherfucking time, and we could, you know, get this motherfucking shit back going in the press to let them motherfuckers know that we haven't forgot about this shit, and y'all can't just fake act like y'all gonna do something, and then when y'all really put a ruling down, it be a ruling in the other way. They say y'all not doing shit about it. So I need the WBA to make that fight again, like they said, and we on the motherfucking Minnesota Commission ass. You know what I mean? It's whatever. As much as I can do about this shit, I'm gonna do about it because we can't let them think that they could get away with this because it's just Michael Fox replacement fighter, all that good shit. You know what I mean? It's the WBA's doing. This is a WBA fight. They had this for a fake WBA title. They did not want this replacement guy, Michael Fox, to get their title. They did not want this replacement Michael Fox guy to beat this goddamn amateur prospect, this amateur legend prospect that only went pro because of the corona. You know what I mean? This guy is a amateur legend. You know what I mean? He would have competed in this one. He had 4 fights just like Keyshawn Davis and them. He went pro because of the corona. You know what I mean? And he just didn't go back because he had a title fight coming up against somebody else. And then I think that guy might have got corona, and they called in Michael Fox. And Michael Fox came in and fucked up the plan. Why they called in this 6'3" guy like he was just gonna come here and push this guy over? I don't know. Oh, I do know because they thought that they were gonna load the gloves up on him, and they were gonna let him beat on Michael Fox. But Michael Fox's corner, thank God that they're actually you know, trained and they know what to look for in that situation. They knew exactly what to spot out, and Michael Fox and his team caught it, and they had to wear regular gloves, and we all saw what happened. But they still, even though we all saw what happened, they still gave that fight to Masquerade because they knew that, you know, we wouldn't. They knew that they could. They are the people in charge. They the powers that be. But we made a big fuss about it. A couple of days later, you know, they came out, they said they go do this. They said they go do this. What they said was they go make it a no contest, and they go let them run it back, and they go send it to the Minnesota Commission type shit. They sent it to the Minnesota Commission. Minnesota Commission said, "Nah, we didn't see enough evidence because all the judges said you lost, and we didn't see any badness in the situation." So basically, y'all didn't do a goddamn thing. I think the WBA and the Minnesota Commission in cahoots. The Minnesota Commission want to keep them fights going to Minnesota because they're a bubbling fighting city. Or they're just starting to get fighters there and all that good shit. They're just starting to get fights and fighters there and all that good shit. So I think they don't want to step on no toes because they want to keep getting their money, keep getting their fights there. So I think they're working together in this situation against Fox. So I need us to make another motherfucking fit. Shout out my guy Macadocious Mac of the South sliding through this junk. He just salute my brother slash King Southern T. Glad you can make it, buddy. Glad you can make it. I'm in this motherfucker making the fuss about the Michael Fox situation and how they came down to see that they still not gonna do shit about it. You know what I mean? So I'm doing my part to bring that shit back to the light because I want them to understand that this shit not over. Much as I could do on my little ass page. Hopefully I get a bigger page to see this, and then they come out and they be like, oh damn, so they didn't do shit about Michael Fox, you know, situation like they said they would. They just pulled the wool over our ass. So I'm just doing my part, you know, to get this news out there. Shout out my guy. Shout out my guy, Jelly Bean 4280. Let me get something to drink. Shout out my guy, Jelly Bean 4280. Appreciate the slide through this, okay? They pump faked us. They pump faked us. I gotta put this bottle of water. They pump faked us about, you know, that Michael Fox news, and I ain't do shit. Shout out my guy Jelly Bean 4280 sliding through this jump. What's good, y'all? We feel free to talk about what we want to talk about, but I want everybody to understand that they didn't do shit about this Michael Fox situation. Everything still the same. And we can't keep letting this shit slide. And I'm gonna do my due diligence, to get this shit out there. Because if a guy work hard, if a guy work hard in the gym, if a guy do it the right way, if he put the work in and shit, and then he go out there under them lights and he shine, and everybody see him shine, then that guy deserve, to get his W. You know what I mean? He deserved to get his W. You know what I mean? The guy came in there with the gloves on him. We caught this. He was trying to caught the situation. They went out there. They had a fair fight. Michael Fox even put Masquerade down. Michael Fox never was hurt in that fight. Never looked hurt. At no point did Masquerade win, around in my eyes. At no point did he look like he hurt Michael Fox. At no point did he look like, he was winning the fight. There was a Michael Fox fight from start to finish. Michael Fox almost couldn't have boxed no better. He put the man down. He couldn't have did much more. You know what I mean? How he ended up losing that fight is over my head. You know what I mean? And for the Minnesota Boxing Commission, to come out with this ruling as if they said they affirmed it. They put affirmed in all capital letters. They wanted us to feel, they wanted Michael Fox and Masquerade to feel affirmed. You know what I mean? And if I'm and if I'm Masquerade, at this point, I'm telling myself I'm not even having a fight until I fight Michael Fox again. Because you didn't win the fight. When they had the announcement for that fight and who won that fight, even before they had it, which fighter looked like they won, which fighter looked like they lost. And after they made that announcement, look at both of those fighters' face. Masquerade knew that he didn't win that fight, and Michael Fox knew that they robbed him. When they announced Michael Fox won that fight, Michael Fox, not Michael Fox, Masquerade, that facial expression was, that man said, "Oh," and he raised his hand. He knew he didn't win that fight. Everybody in that motherfucker knew he didn't win that fight. The WBA know he didn't win that fight. The Minnesota Boxing Commission know he didn't win that fight. So what's the problem? So what's the problem with getting, justice served for Michael Fox? Why do he got to appeal it 3 and 4 times when he should never had to appeal it once? He should have got his victory inside of the ring where he deserved it, where he deserved the victory. Where he earned the victory at. You know what I mean? So it's not time to forget about. It's not time to forget about Michael Fox. It's a lot of good fights on. It's a lot of to talk about in boxing. We got a lot of good fights coming up. A lot of stuff going on. But let's not lose this Michael Fox news. In the process, which is what I think that they want us to happen. Now, again, this news dropped 2 years. I would say 2 years. This news dropped like 11 days ago type shit. It was on the 20th. What's the date? What's the date? 20th. 10 days to be the 30th. So this news dropped 13 days ago. This news dropped about 2 weeks ago. So let's not let this news get lost in the shuffle and what they doing to my boy Michael Fox. Shout out my guy Mark Casey sliding through this jump. Appreciate you sliding through this jump, Mark Casey. So let's not lose this news in the shuffle, y'all. Again, I'm gonna hit up the big dogs and tell them that they ain't pretty much done shit about Michael Fox. I'm gonna do my part. This ain't gonna be my last video on it. I'm gonna make sure I did this for a reason. I waited my 2 weeks because I said I'm gonna wait for the biggest week possible, which was this week Canelo Caleb Plant, and Eddie Reynoso got a history of cheating like that type deal. We just had the Valdez thing, go down with the steroids and the corn sink out, getting robbed inside of the fight. It's like they let him cheat before the fight, let him fight, and they gave him the fight after the fight, and then they let Masquerade cheat before the fight with the skin gloves. Trainer Cardi had to make him fix him up. And they let him fight, and they still gave him the fight. It's like they getting too comfortable, with robbing people right in their faces, and I don't like it. I don't think that's a road or a pattern we need to start to get comfortable with. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a road or a pattern we need to start to get comfortable with, because that's dangerous. Not just dangerous for Michael Fox. And I know it sounds like I'm just in here throwing a parade for Michael Fox,
But this is not just for Michael Fox. And again, I understand this is not going to be one of my most popular lives, but that's cool with me. I'm just gonna do 100 of these bitches until y'all understand that we gonna have to do something about it. Eventually, I'm gonna start tagging motherfuckers in this on every social media, being like, "We all saw this man get robbed," type shit. I just don't want this to be a fad. I don't want this to be a thing that we just talked about when it happened to get our likes up, get our views up, and all that shit. I want them to understand that this shit has sustaining power, and you can't just say you gonna do something. You said you was gonna schedule them a rematch and make that fight a no contest. You can't just say that you gonna do that and then don't do it. You know what I mean? So if nothing happens with this situation and it happens again, I don't want anybody to be all outraged and fake outraged and getting their viewers and shit up and getting their viewers and shit up, acting like they give a fuck about what's happening because we did that with Michael Fox. And I'm telling y'all now that they didn't do shit about that shit with Michael Fox. So we need to do that shit again. We need to make another hit, cause another commotion about them not doing shit. So I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna hit it who I need to hit it. I'm gonna keep talking about this shit. I'm gonna be a real irritant about this shit until they schedule a rematch or until they make some shit happen. Marquez said that shit could happen to any of our favorite fighters. Real shit facts. Marquez, it could happen to your nephew. And then boom, listen, I'm glad Marquez came in here. I'm glad Marquez, oh, I'm glad Marquez came in here. I was saying, but you could have a son or a nephew or a cousin that box or something. It could happen to him. It could stop him from being great because they want to cheat him out of a fight where they want to promote this guy. Then he come in and beat the guy, and they say he lost because they want to promote this guy. It could be your cousin. It could be your family. Literally, Mark Casey got a cousin that's a professional boxer that's in the fucking mix, signed and everything. Know what I mean? It could be anybody that they could decide that's not as valuable to them as another fighter. Going there, he put the hard work in, dedicated to the sport the right way, no shortcut, put the work in. He going there, beat the guy up. They say he lost the fight. Now they didn't derail his career. That's gonna take him a little longer to get a title shot because he got a loss. Now he got to get a title shot on the fact. Oh, somebody might think they could beat him because he got this loss against that guy type shit. But now that guy's supposed to be undefeated, one of the best talked about prospects. It's because he took the loss back when he wasn't supposed to take one. AI Michael Fox against the system, and then now his career is a whole different way. Now he a German when he's supposed to be a undefeated champion. You know what I mean? He really undefeated in the ring, but people are able to skew. They are able to not even skew, not even skew because skewing is like misleading or brag, but not even skew. People are able to set up with the judges, with the refs, who wins a fight, and it's these sanctioning bodies, y'all. Most of these fuckeries, most of these fuckeries are coming from the sanctioning bodies, the WBAs, the WBCs, the WBOs, and the IBFs. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that's setting up these fights in cahoots with a promotional company that they want, which fighter that they want to win type deal. You know what I'm saying? That's how a fight can be set up. People say, "Oh, well, you think, or well, you think that they care, that they hate Deontay Wilder?" I'm using Deontay Wilder because that's the hype thing. That's the name. That's the one everybody care about. But we should care about all our brothers and sisters. But let's do Deontay Wilder. I say, "Oh, you think, you think you think that they hate everybody hate Deontay Wild enough to get into cahoots with him? Yes. All it takes is for a sanctioning body, WBC, and a promotional company, top rank, to want to have one champion, to want to have a certain champion. And you could easily come together and you could fuck over another fighter. We constantly seeing it happen. Deontay Wilder on the bigger stage, Michael Fox on the smaller stage. We're constantly seeing this shit happen, brother. Shout out my guy, Mr. Mechanical, sliding through these jump. Appreciate you sliding through these jump, Mr. Mechanical. Mark Casey said that's why now fuck with who he fuck with. His dad and promoter ain't going for no fuck with when it come to that kid. Bingo, that's what I'm saying, man. It's just like, bro, it could happen to anybody. It could happen to anybody, man. We ain't letting we can't let Michael Fox's and Michael. You understand, Mark Casey, Michael Fox. Shout out Nate Free Charles. I still got to get in the Free Charles on her. Shout out to Free Charles, bro. Michael Fox was a replacement fighter, bro. Wasn't even supposed to be there. He came in, he saw them folks playing, and them folks blatantly robbed him, man. They was gonna rob them because the commission approved these gloves. They checked the gloves, referees and all that shit approved these gloves. They looked at this, they approved his gloves, looked at his gloves, was about to let him fight. The other corner said, hold on, some shit going wrong. Cool. They go in there, they had a fight. Michael Fox still beat him up after the fight to say Michael Fox lose. Michael, you could argue, let's just be Team Masquerade for a second. Let's be Team Masquerade for a second. We could say Masquerade won 2 rounds, right? Let's say he won 2, maybe 3 rounds. And let's be extra Team Masquerade and say he won 4 rounds, bro, at the most. And it's a stretch. And it's a stretch. And it's a stretch to say he won 3. At the most, you could say he won 4 rounds. It's a stretch to say he won 2 rounds. It's a real stretch to say he won 4. If you even want to be a fan of Team Masquerade, if you want, let's say we Team Masquerade, bro, we can't give him 4 rounds. It'll be hard to give him 4 rounds. He washed them, bro. He washed them, bro. He straight up washed them. I'm cold now. I was hot. I'm cold now. Let me turn my air off. He washed them, bro. He beat that man's ass, bro. No contest. There was a. I got some chicken wings. I'm finna smash, y'all. There was a no contest in the sense where bro ain't stand a chance at all. He said it's a stretch to say he won 1 round. Come on, man. You get what I'm saying? It's a stretch, bro. It's hard. It was hard to give him rounds in that jump. And you mean to tell me Minnesota Boxing Commission that you don't see a reason to overturn this fight? And your reasoning was that okay, the one judge was racist, but the other judges had him losing too. That was the reason. So I forgot the part where y'all thought we was only saying that one judge was in on it. Nah, we think everybody was in on it. And how could you look at that fight? I think you, Minnesota Boxing Commission, how could you look at that fight and not see Michael Fox winning? I think you end on it. Actually, we always thought you was in on it. But the fact that you ruled the way you ruled, let us know that you're in on it. So when I say I'm putting the pressure back on the WBA, that don't mean that I'm taking the pressure off the Minnesota Boxing Commission. I think the Minnesota Boxing Commission more guilty than the WBA because I think that they falling pressure to the WBA to keep fights and title fights in Minnesota, to keep fights in Minnesota in general. You know what I mean? They trying to build a certain landscape in Minnesota. Jamal James is in Minnesota. Dave Morrell Jr. is in Minnesota. You know what I mean? They starting to put fights at the Armory. Now it's all new. Not a lot of guys in Minnesota type shit, but they're starting to do that, and I don't feel like the Minnesota Boxing Commission want to take a chance to mess that up anyway and rub anybody the wrong way. So they just go rule in the favor of what went down because they don't want to step on no toes. So I think it's the WBA and it's the Minnesota Boxing Commission. And I also remember the WBA saying that They were going to make this shit a no contest and give him a rematch. Now, was they saying that was dependent on the motherfucking Minnesota Boxing Commission and they ruling? And the fact that they ruled that they didn't see nothing wrong, does that mean that the WBA not gonna do shit either? The WBA can still do something about this shit in my eyes. Make them folks fight again. That's the least y'all can do. If the Minnesota Boxing Commission don't feel like nothing was wrong, the WBA, y'all saw that shit. Y'all can make them folks fight again. Y'all can call that fight. But his own team was shocked he won. Facts. D said his own team was shocked he won. I still don't understand why they would do all that for Masquerade. He ain't even good at all. Trash Gordon. He an amateur. He got one. He went pro. He went pro around the same time. All them amateurs went pro because of Corona. Like Keyshawn Davis and Troy Eisen and all them. You know, all them went pro around that Corona time. Masquerade went pro around that time too. Yes. He went pro around that time and he was like 38. He only had 4 fights. The nigga like 38 though. And that fight was for an interim title. That Michael Fox should have had and been in the mix at 147. I know Masquerade better not have no fight if it ain't Michael Fox. I know that much. I know that much. Like they said. Like they said. And they feel like they can pull this because they feel like they can pull shit like this because Michael Fox ain't got that huge name. I mean, he ain't got that huge name. But when it first went down, they wasn't gonna do shit because that was radio silent. But then, social media, the folks that really know boxing, not ESPN and shit, people on social media, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, started figuring out that Gloria Rizzo was racist. And then they had to say something. And not only did we figure out that she was racist, we figured out that she was married to a guy in the WBA, which violates the rules. So that alone lets me know that the WBA is willing to violate the rules if it behooves them. You know what I mean? Because you clearly are put, the wife of a WBA official, as a judge, and that clearly violates the rules. So what makes us think if you would put her down there to judge a fight, you wouldn't persuade her to pick in a certain, you wouldn't persuade her to judge a fight a certain way. And even if you didn't persuade her to judge a certain way, because you a motherfucking executive at the WBA, she don't like black people. You live with them. So why would you let her judge this black man fight to begin with? So that alone lets me know that them motherfuckers will break the rules. You know what I mean? And people want to make it seem like it is such a big scale, such a huge scale. You think everybody is against little old Deontay Wilder or little old Michael Fox? It don't gotta be everybody. All it gotta be is a sanctioning body, the WBA, and a promotional company uh with a fighter and a commission. You know what I mean? That's all it gotta be. And really all it gotta be is a sanction. Really all it gotta be is a sanctioning body with an interest. And if a sanctioning body got an interest, the sanctioning bodies are the people who pick the officials for the gloves and all that good shit. And in Deontay Wilder case, because he's so big, you needed a sanctioning body. You needed a sanctioning body, and you needed, a promotional company. But with Fox, you really only needed a sanctioning body and a fighter of interest. Their fighter of interest was Masquerade. WBA set this shit up. The WBA cleared the gloves. I feel like the Minnesota Boxing Commission don't want to step on no toes. I know this. If Masquerade have a fight next, not named Michael Fox, and I really want us to push the issue now before they even get a chance to fuck them. Because they're already trying to fuck them. We at the point now where if we don't make a move, they gonna do this shit every time. They go wait to see if we gonna be outraged about somebody cheating. If we outrage, they gonna come out with a bunch of fake news. We gonna make it a no contest. We gonna give them a rematch. They gonna wait 2 months. They ain't gonna do none of that shit, and they ain't gonna go on and fuck the next guy. Michael Fox broke this news, what, 2 weeks ago at this point, 13 days ago at this point. And I waited for this week in particular, but I also waited to see was anybody else gonna pick up on this shit. And nobody else picked up on this shit. So let me be one to tell you, they still ain't did nothing about Michael Fox being cheated. Shout out my guy St. Louis Mix sliding through this junk. Shout out my guy St. Louis Mix sliding through this junk. Everybody guard your heads, watch your heads. Shout out my guy St. Louis Mix. And my guy Isaiah Felix. I know Isaiah be having class, so I'm glad to see my guy Isaiah. And again, I don't expect no huge crowd today because I'm in here talking that real. And motherfuckers don't like hearing that real, man. But understand, we finna know. A damn mess was good. We using our voice. We using our voices, testing them to see how far we reach, but they testing us too to see how much we really give a damn, or to see is it a for the moment thing. I think we really finna find out. I think we really finna find out, you know, how much they give a fuck about us. Cause they clearly just told us they don't. Shout out my goddamn mess sliding through this jump. Peter just sliding through this jump, brother. Shout out my guy, that's me. I am Trey Will. Shout out my guy, I am Trey Will sliding through this jump. But hell yeah, they told Mac, they basically told Michael Fox that they ain't doing shit. So I think it's about time we motherfucking sharpen the pitchforks. Fuck you mean? Because what WBA said was they making this bitch no contest and they gonna order a rematch. Now was that depending on what the Minnesota Boxing Commission did? Minnesota Boxing Commission said they ain't seen nothing wrong. And I think all they ass, ain't on this shit. So we had a ball at the fight, bro. Yeah, yeah, hey, they doing live. They doing triangle live. Between Evan Holyfield and Shakur Stevenson. And matter of fact, Troy Isaac too. Troy Isaac. I think Troy Isaac knocked the nigga ass silly too. We had a couple knockouts on that card, man. That was a good ass card. That was a fun night of boxing, yeah. Yeah, that was fun, brother. Yeah, that was fun. Got to see a couple of the fam. Slide through that junk. Yeah, that was a fun night. I enjoyed that. I'm stuffing my goddamn face. That's why I ain't got my camera up. You said your boxing is dirty that game now. I'm old enough to really understand shit. It's really hard to chill for it. Right, bro. Exactly. Exactly. And if they doing this shit right now, we can see it. That's me, man. How long have they been doing this shit? This shit really dirty as hell. You don't know, like you said, you don't know what's what. You don't know what's real. You don't know what to cheer for. You don't know who to cheer for. You know what I'm saying? We can see a nigga record like I'm gonna keep it on top. We can see a dude record 5-0 like Masquerade, and that nigga really 4-1. That nigga really 4-1 when you break it down. But he gifted. He got gifted. He wanted the chosen one. He wanted the privileged one. So he should say 5-0. But we clearly seen this nigga get beat the fuck up. We clearly seen Valdez get beat the fuck up, and then the next 2 days unveil a statue. Like that's why you was able to get beat the fuck up. That's why you was able to get beat the fuck up and still win, because they already had a motherfucking statue ceremony playing for your ass. That's why. Because they already had the statue set up for you. Boxing is too corrupt and it's too common. People don't even care. People will celebrate. People could know somebody cheated and still celebrate the win. They could know somebody really got beat up. They gave him the win and still celebrate that win wholeheartedly, wholeheartedly, with no remorse. And then you got fans who will still cheer for their fighter, knowing goddamn well he get good victory. Hold on, y'all. It's like if you're a black fighter, you really gotta walk that fine line fast. Shout out my guy knockout boxing sliding through this joint. He said, salute, bro. Caught your birthday on the fight this weekend. Great job, bro. Appreciate that knockout. Appreciate that knockout. You do hella fight breakdowns too. That's me said, and then it make it worse if the fighter's damn near scared to do something about it because they don't really know how it's gonna turn out. Facts like I said, Michael Fox was already a replacement in that motherfucking fight. So he already a replacement. He pushed the issue. He didn't get signed. How far do he take it? He wasn't even supposed to be on that PBC card that Sunday night. He was a replacement fighter and he fucked up the plan. You know what I mean? So he might not even get another fight with them depending on this shit, how this shit turned out. You know what I mean? He might even get another goddamn fight depending on how this situation turned out. So it's just tough, and it's not just Michael, and it's not just Michael Fox. It's like it could be any little young black boxer, young whoever boxer, young Mexican boxer, any kind of fucking boxer. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a guy here right now, Mark Casey, Nafir Charles, his fucking nephew. He boxed right now, signed the freeway Rick Ross. I mean, shout out my guy, Trill. He said, salute to you, bro. Keep grinding. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, fam. Shout out to Trill Will and the family. That man said, that man, that man got a cousin right now who really do this shit. Who knows, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's bigger than just Michael Fox. Michael Fox is just who it happened to. Then right after Michael Fox, you have it happen to Rob Cohen Finkow. They let you know that they pulling this shit right over our nose and our faces. They don't give a fuck if we see it or we don't. Broad daylight. It's like robbing broad daylight. They don't give a fuck. These folks realize, they realize robbing us out here. You know what I'm saying? When I say us, I mean guys that look like Michael Fox, guys that look like Robson Cohen Sinkow. You can say he ain't black if you want to, but they look like a light-skinned black nigga to me. You know what I mean? You can say what you want to. Why is always a certain fighter that's getting the short end of these sticks? I sat there and saw Ricky Hatton's son lose a fight, and then they gave him the win to it, not even being a black fighter, just in general. You want me to use somebody that's not black. Y'all seen Ricky Hatton's son last fight? Ricky Hatton's son got touched up. He could barely hit that motherfucking dude, and they still gave Ricky Hatton's son that fight. That boy goddamn joke. That boy goddamn joke. It's Conor Bean and Ricky Hatton's son in the same division. They need to let my boy Conor Bean beat the shit out of Ricky Hatton's son. That'll be a good goddamn win for my boy. Don't let my boy beat up Ricky Hatton Jr. Let him get slept like his daddy used to. Let Conor Bean sleep niggas like his daddy used to, and let Ricky Hatton son get slept like his dad used to. I know Ricky Hatton, Ricky Fadden. I know Ricky Fadden great though. He said boxing the only knockout boxing 86 TV said boxing the only sport that don't uplift underdog. If an underdog win, they rob. Underdogs are rooted for and cherished in every other fight. Right. And I don't even think it's in boxing they don't root for the underdogs knockout. I think they root for their underdogs. If they don't want the guy to win that fight, then that guy not gonna win that fight. You know, but it's like today too many of these sanctioning bodies and companies got horses in the race. You know what I'm saying? He said, bro, Conor Ben's like 5 weight classes bigger than Ricky Hansen. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. I could have sworn Ricky Hansen was 140, bro. I thought that little dude was 140, bro. Knockout boxing, I don't know why I thought that man was 140, bro. I thought dude was 140 like a motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, G. I thought he was junior lightweight like a motherfucker. I think Conor Ben need to be fighting at knockout. I think Conor Ben need to be fighting at 140. I thought Ricky had when he said you want that man to die in the ring. If he dies, he died. You heard Conor Ben, I'm going out on my shield. Because I'm going out on my shield. He told Granados, I would have went out on my shield. And a nigga like Conor Ben really mean it, y'all. That's why I like Conor Ben. Not because I think he overly talented. He the best boxer in the world. But I like Conor Ben because he got that attitude and he a tough guy. When he say I'm going out on my shield, I really believe that he is. You know what I mean? And I'm nowhere in shape or form of saying he is Deontay Wilder, but he got that mentality like him. You know what I'm saying? He do. You can tell that way he fight, he going there, he try to knock your ass out. Now, whether he can get the knockout or not is another question. He tried to knock Granado's ass out. Granado's ass hitting them motherfucking hitting them laps on his ass. You know what I mean? But that nigga be trying to knock folks out. I really do believe when he said I'm going on my shit, he one of them dudes that you're gonna have to put to sleep. He said, you know, Conor Ben gets folded at 47 by most top dudes. Yeah, right now, bro, because he ain't had no amateur back. Y'all know I'm right with Conor. Y'all know I might be the only Conor Ben fan in the world. I might be the only Conor Ben fan in the world. So let me scroll on. I might be the only Conor Ben fan in the world, bro. He's all these exaggerating, having some fire woman. Okay, yeah. Okay. So I want that far off. Yeah, man. Let him and Conor Ben meet up at 140. Cash weight 140, bro. My guy, Conor Ben ain't had no amateur career, y'all. Y'all know Conor Ben ain't had no amateur career. Or maybe y'all don't know. But I'm telling you, he ain't had no amateur career. My boy jumped straight in this shit. All natural. My boy be killing it in the gym. That's it. No amateur career. My boy just be killing it in the gym, man. That's it. That's all my boy be doing. And my boy got a fight UCB 11. And my boy got a fight December 11th. So make sure y'all, you know. But hell yeah, man. Little Conor Ben fight masquerade. If they don't want to give, let Conor Ben fight masquerade. Well, he cheating now. That boost to Conor Ben as well as Erlenberg. Them are the top dudes, Isaiah. Them the top dudes, Isaiah. Of course they do. I don't know about sleep though. I don't think they'll knock him out. That might stop him. That might stop him. I don't think they'll knock him out. How about that? And I think Styles make fights. What D had say? He said, bro, Evan Sonya will probably fold dude at this point. Negative. Negative. That's the smoke that we want right there. I'm getting y'all business, huh? Nah, that's the smoke we want right there. Even so, that's the smoke we want. He can get that shit too. Y'all heard my boy say, I don't fear no man. I don't fear no man. Y'all heard my boy. I heard my boy say, y'all gotta put some respect on Conor Ben name. I don't hate Conor Ben, I swear. I just don't rate him at this point. Uh, nope. Nope. Y'all hate Conor Ben. Y'all hate Conor Ben. I don't rate him either. I don't rate him either. Not in a, no, not with Bud in them. He ain't had no amateur background, y'all. Y'all gotta let my boy. I gotta let him get his feet wet. Granados made him go some rounds. He got some rounds in with Granados. You know, his gas tank is good. He could knock people out. Saw that with Vargas. Know what I'm saying? His defense improved from last fight to this. From last fight to this. Not Vargas fight because they really ain't much really happened. His defense has improved from Formella to Granados fight. Give my boy about 3 more years, bro. How old Tank? 26, 27. Give Conor Ben till he about 26, 27. And then we will have this conversation, y'all. Yeah, that's setting a foundation for Shirley Cummings. Who you talking about, L. Jack? Yeah, dude's calling for old fighters, come Victor Ortiz, no, I'm cool. He did call for Porter. I give him. Now I was just gonna say he called for Porter. He also said that Jerome Boost Ennis could get it. He said Virgil Ortiz could get it. He called for all them folks, bro. I remember the interview. I talked about it. I did a certain T on it. Now it was a while ago. Y'all might have missed it. I ain't talking about something. Y'all might have missed Conor B and calling him out. But there was the Vargas. That was after the Vargas fight. That was after the Vargas fight. It was after the Vargas fight, y'all. And somebody else fight. Somebody asked him some questions and he named a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? He named them folks though. He said Victor Ortiz, Virgil Ortiz, Boots, American. He said Kerr Brook, his boy. But he hearing through the grapevine, Kerr Brook might want to fight so Brook can get it too. He said Sean Porter. Sean Porter said no. He said AB too. Said AB too. So you know. But he did say boosting them though. It was it was like around the Vargas fight, but he said it though. This man Kerry Brook just trying to keep the lights on. Same with AB. AB and Kerry Brook should fight. Kerry Brook damn near done. He a little older than AB though. AB got some fights left though. They try to keep the lights on. Nah, AB cool. I think he'll come to Ben to give him back 2 to 4 more years. 2 to 4 more years. I want to know who he fighting on 11. He's talking about old people. Delorme, watch this, watch this. Delorme old. Lipinets old. Look, don't like this, don't like this shit, don't like this. How about that? Everybody beating up what's his name now? Everybody beating up Gamboa now. He old. AJ, AJ, AJ and Tyson Fury made a whole career out beating up old people. Y'all don't say nothing to them. He said I didn't want Boost fighting those dudes either. Okay, as long as ain't one of them folks that call Delorme and Lipinets world beaters and everybody else trash. He said Boost should get Bati, Ugas, Virgil, Ortiz, Conor Ben, Brother Fair in that order. Never. The winner of Ugas Stanonis fighting Earl. I'm telling y'all, when Earl come back, he getting that Ugas fight. He getting that the WBA belt fight. This little tournament showcase shit only exists because Earl Spence is hurt, y'all. And he coming back now because he was hurt. But Boots most definitely might fight, but see D have he most definitely might fight, but see, yeah, some people just some folks said Boots could be Earl Spence, Bud Crawford, Jesus, Batman, and Superman because he beat Sergio Lipinets and Thomas Delorme. I'm like, damn, y'all, can we at least see him fight motherfucking Danny Garcia or something? See him fight Better Fleur or something? Could we see him fight one guy around his age? Just one guy. Can we see him fight one guy around his age and one guy in the top 10 before we want to see Earl? Before we say Earl and Bud or lose? Like, damn. I know he's great. And that want Ortiz Jr. fight. Cause being WBC strap. Hurry up and that boy there with me. Yeah, he number one. You know what I'm saying? He number one. Where Boots is number 3 at, Ortiz is number 1. So if Boots want to fight Earl, Boots could go beat up Virgil Ortiz. That's how you do that. Easy. Easy. Yeah, but T already said he wants to tighten that. Who the fuck is Petit? Who is he? Who is he? Nigga don't run nothing. Nigga ain't gonna be cut in a minute. He keep talking that shit. They gonna cut his ass from the roster. If you say Ortiz got an interesting fight, that means Ortiz on the right track then. Because he just had an interesting fight. So he got another interesting fight. Do I dare say that Ortiz resume? Do I dare say that Ortiz resume is better than Jerome Booth? I don't got no smoke for Virgil. I don't got no smoke for Virgil. I don't got no smoke for Virgil. No, no. I think Virgil's a good fighter, bro. I do. I think Virgil. I think eventually Virgil gonna take a couple of losses. I think he's a good fighter, though. I think he's a good fighter, though. And I knew I wasn't gonna have either Virgil got KO by me machine, in my opinion. He's a level fighter. Either Devin Haney would be the sweet pea of this era. Virgil Ortiz is mean machine level, solid C, borderline. Mm. For him to be mean machine level and his age ain't bad. When he get mean machine age, if he mean machine level, then that's terrible. I think Virgil gonna have a couple losses, but I think Virgil gonna be a-okay. He a fan friendly fighter. Fuck they doing? I see 14 Junior every Monday, man. No, well, doesn't have 1 point superpower. So if you play with him, he'll live a shot to the jail or get stopped out of well. Being mean machine level at division, you have significant size advantage only because of your strength. Stop it, Southern. Now that might 23, bro. He 23, bro. He mean machine level at 23. Not at 33. Mean machine 33. Everybody ain't Tommy Hearns fighting Sugar right now at 22 and shit. Tommy Hearns had a few big names on his resume by 22. Actually, a couple. So they took 3 more. He would move up. Seeing this at the moment. You really think he top 5? I ain't say you top 5. He a prospect. I ain't say you top 5. About 4 years? Hell yeah. Whenever him and Booth fight, he said, damn, He did it. Ah, yeah, he hard on OT. I don't think he top five at the moment. Hell no, he can't be main machine level and be top five at the moment. He actually a little better than main machine, right? Because he beat him. He a little higher than main machine level. He a prospect because he not gonna get them fucking fights, y'all. He not gonna get them fights. Like that ranking shit, he not gonna get them fights, y'all. They doing that so he can fight for a belt eventually. He not gonna get the Earl fight or the Bull fight. They actually turned down the Bull fight. It's about main machine or Virgil. Who I like more? Nah, Virgil ain't get stopped like main machine got stopped. Main machine was done. You talking about who I like more between Virgil and main machine? Just saying he is the mentor. He isn't the prospect anymore. He's a target team level. This next fight or in two fights for that. He ain't about two fights, but he gonna fight for a belt, but he not gonna get them big fights that we talking about now. That's what I'm saying. He a prospect because of that. He gonna end up fighting. He ain't gonna fight no high level. When Jerome Bruce Ennis and Virgil Ortiz get their championship belts, they not gonna fight a high level guy for it. They gonna fight probably each other for it, or they gonna fight another guy that's coming up around their level for it type deal. They're not gonna fight the Earl Spencers and the Buds and Thurmans and shit like that. People say they're probably against. I don't give a fuck about him like that. Give him a street. He's for sure a prospect though. Main Machine had the argument for a stoppage. They say that man. They say that boy need to fight. He needs to beat the fuck out of Virgil. Starts him in 7. Yeah, I agree. He most definitely stopped Virgil. I don't even know if it takes 7. Yeah. But I say this though, Boots ain't gonna be able to be having that chin all up in the air and shit against Virgil like he do against everybody else. Boots have his chin high in the air. Don't be sad, y'all. Look, y'all gonna be sad now. Virgil catch Boots with his chin in the air. Just a win do a boy press. It's a win. I don't think he'll a prospect. You can't get prospect. Perfect. They live just like seeing David Hayne in prospect. No longer prospect. They top 5. So when do he become my boy prospect? He is about to mentor for experience. That's what they said. And next fight for if the next fight for Crawford after Sean, they've been said. If he fight Crawford, he no longer a prospect. If he beat Crawford, then he a champion. But if he fight Crawford and he lose, then he no longer a prospect. Now he'll contender because he fought for a title type shit. I still think Boots a prospect. Y'all making Boots, a title contender. I still think Boots a prospect too. If he fight for a title, then he a title contender. He's a brother Jr. ain't the One Punch Man. Green beans, lame man. Yellow fat. Nah, Enos be taking shit like clean on the chin though, bro. When Enos get hit, some people when they get hit, they get clipped and shit, bro. When Jerron get hit, bro, he be wide open every time, bro. Now, if you say he ain't respect his power, and he was just like, fuck defense, then that's a different thing. But Lipinets hit him kind of clean too, but you can say he didn't respect his power too, but shit. So, hey, so maybe you're right. But one day you have to respect somebody's power, goddamn. And when he find out, is he gonna be able to take that motherfucking power? Again, I don't see Virgil Ortiz beat him. Virgil Ortiz would be his hardest fight though, so far. Boots versus Batel, a cool little fight. Boots versus Batel, a cool little fight. Boots versus Mykal, a cool little fight. But I want to see him fight like. Matter of fact, let's let shit. What's that dude name? Let's let Boots fight because both of them top five. What's that guy name? Y'all was just talking about Conor Ben, Advinson, Advinson, Addison. What's the nigga name? Let them niggas fight. That'll be a good one. He with the zone at it. He with the zone at it. We got the mega contender. He is contending for a title. We earned it not about that, man. His next fight had to be top five. I bet you this his career is title contender. He ain't beating any champions after today. He gonna get one of those vacant belts after the champions let him go. Watch. 60 tough guys every day. Of course, he has 10 never get hurt by them. It's different when that helmet come off. You say Enos ducking Butter Flare, I can't take you serious. He ducking Butter Flare. If Earl ducking Boots ducking Butter Flare. And I'm gonna say that until I'm blue in the face. Is Marty Juiceman lose to Kobe Mag on Saturday? He not black. Just letting y'all know. He MAGA too. They both MAGA. It's a fight of the MAGA boys. Blair calls a bum. Boots eating him. If Earl Spence ducking Boots ducking Blair Cobb. Because they both called the other one name, right? Okay. I'm going by y'all standards, bro. Y'all say Earl ducking Boots. So, because Boots called his name, right? And there wasn't no mandatory, right? There wasn't no next in line. You know what I'm saying? They just calling the other one name. And right, by y'all standards, Earl don't want to fight and Boots don't want to fight. So shoot, they both ducking, huh? Sounds stupid. She sounds stupid on the behalf. She sounds stupid on the behalf. That's exactly how I feel when y'all say Earl ducking Boots. I swear, y'all, it's the same energy. It's the same energy, D. And if I really thought Boots was ducking Dirk Cobb, you know I would have made a sudden tea about it. But the moment people say that Earl ducking him, I'm gonna say Boots ducking Dirk Cobb because it's the same principle. Same principle. Which I never said Spence or Crawford ducking anybody. Oh no, I didn't heard it now, D. You might not say it, D. But I didn't heard it. Oh, it's been said. Oh, it's been said. Oh, motherfuckers been said. They get in there, man. All I know is Marty CEO, EPO, Juiceman better not lose to Kobe. I don't think it'd be that far fetched, Gus. I don't think it's that far fetched. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I think that's very plausible that he could lose to him. He said, man, so now everybody, that's some shit. Now I ain't saying you, bro. I'm just saying, man, motherfuckers been hitting at me about that. Motherfuckers been motherfuckers been hitting at me about that. So I ain't know if you feel. I didn't know if you felt the same way or not. So I just had to say. He said Juiceman vet. Now Usman going to fall punk ass MAGA boy. Usman very already in his run is very smoking mirror. He not top three all time. They tripping. He's I want Caleb Plant to win, but Canelo will win, especially if it goes to the scorecards. I think if you go to the scorecards, only way Canelo go win if it's a blatant robbery. But I got Caleb Plant by UD. 'Cause I think it's gonna be rather easy to see. You know what I mean? Who wins that motherfucker? If Canelo let Caleb Plant get comfortable, if he let Caleb Plant get comfortable, it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night. He let that man get comfortable. He said comes out about to expose the shit out of him. Crazy how they say Canelo deflected boxing, but I ain't heard much about that fight this week. What? Boss, how you going to rate Usman? Lord, then comes out the hype man. He most definitely a hype man. Type shit. He ain't fought nobody either. He, I want to see him at least fight shit a top 10 guy too. You know what I'm saying? Alex Alberto G told me he go get a title fight. He's rather cutting down and he different. Saying some crazy shit behind me, James. I think he beat somebody. Very easy. UFC juice me not shit. Now, I ain't gonna say he ain't shit though, but he nice. He nice. He nice. His run is unworldly. He's a juice man, a real hype man. Now he ain't no hype. Now he ain't no hype man. He earned this shit, man. He earned this fight at this point. He earned this shit. Now I say this: Tyrone Woodley got better wins. If you going by resume, Tyrone Woodley got better wins. That is true. If you really, 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 really just look at it, Tyrone Woodley is his best win. You know what I mean? People say, oh well, Kobe Covington beat Woodley and Usman beat Woodley. They beat old Woodley. But if you're looking at it in totality, look at their resumes. Check all their resumes and tell me who got the best resume between Woodley, Kamaru, Usman, and Kobe Covington. Shit ain't even close. For real, for real. Look at it. Not even close. Tyrone Woodley is Usman's best win. They go through his resume and give me his key wins. He said, who did he fight? When did he fight? It was so special. He smoked mirrors, nothing like that. I say, yeah. Now he good. He good. That's a good argument that has he top three. Has he top three when his best win is an old Tyrone Woodley. But Tyrone Woodley not top three, and Tyrone Woodley resume is 10 times better than a lot of niggas' resume, right? That's a good argument, though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm not just, Edward Strickland, the Santos Mazda, Woodley Culture, Burns ain't shit. Burns, Covington, Woodland, Edwards, top wins. Mazadov. Yep. It depends on how you rate Mazadov too, because Mazadov got a lot of losses too. Don't Mazadov got like 13 losses? Mazadov got about 13 losses. Eric Strickland, the boxer. Leon Edwards, that's a good win. He got Leon early. Burns is a great win. Those are great times. Burns is a great win, given though the time of his prime and all that good shit. He beat the shit out of Burns too. Burns is a great win for him. Covington is a great win for him. Woodley is a great win by name, but Woodley was kind of up there in age too. But he was a great win by name. So he got three great wins: Woodley, Covington, and Burns. Mazadov, he got hella losses. Mazadov is we could almost throw Mazadov in the hype train too. You know what I'm saying? But Mazadov, Edwards, Strickland, you know what I mean? Dos Anjos, good, good wins. Good wins. Got Edwards early. Strickland good. He a boxer. He coming on now. Dos Anjos, veteran. Mazadov, how that shit go. But yeah. Burns was a great win. I get it. Burns also fought the other Tyron Woodley. True, up there in age, hasn't won a round in 1 year. Was washed. That Burns. See, let me break it down for you since y'all don't know. Burns got cut at 155 by Dan Hooker. Moved up and got a shot at the title for being 42-year-old Damon Meyer. Sean and him fought a long time ago, back when Sean wasn't shit even today. Sean is not top 7 and has 0 wins against one top 5. Yeah, Ghost don't fuck with Kamara. Ghost got the Kamara juice. I'm checking to see what y'all gave me at. I got me at 28 life. That's cool. He did Dozania, the 155 fighter who moved up and got beat the fuck up against the top 5 contender, moved back down and fought who? Nobody. He did that man shitting on Usman, got me crazy. Oh yeah, he got the bro, he got the Usman juice, bro. He got the Usman juice, bro. I giving him Burns, Kobe, and Woolley. Strickland cool. He got Leon Edwards early. Mazadov, shit, got about 13 L's. Got about got about 13 L's. But I'm gonna give him credit for Woodley, even though he was old. I'm gonna give him credit for Burns because at that time Burns was seen as something different, and I'm gonna give him credit for Kobe Covington because Kobe Covington, whole ass, he was a good fighter. You said George, you said Jorge, he got 20 L's. Yeah, he got about 13 L's. Bro. He got hella L's. Though. He most definitely like hype. He hype train S too. He could fight though. He cool. He decent. But he hype train esque. He did COVID. Who did COVID fight? Had a war against the older Damian Maya and has never fought one prime fighter in his whole career other than Usman. So hey, there you go. My guy Ghost has spoken. I'm not finna defend Kobe Covington, Ghost, so I'm not even gonna, not even gonna try to defend Kobe Covington. My guy Ghost has spoken. So basically, from my guy Ghost, that Kamaru Usman ain't shit. Usman ain't shit. All right, so how you feel about the style builder? Now we would have a problem now. You get on here, you talking shit about the style builder like that, cause my nigga got a hella fire resume. My nigga beat the best of the best of the best. Y'all seen him in the black when he was like the best of the best. How you feel about style builder, Ghost? Go and give me your style builder. These are all hype, no facts. Every single thing y'all see, how you not damn fat. Out smoking mirrors, gassed up burns, 155 fight. Now Barnes nice. Barnes nice. But can we agree that could be weight draining himself because bigger dudes will sleep him? I don't know about that. Is it by the standard? Let's call people who beat BJP in later years top five prospect, please. Is it by this standard? Let's call people who beat. It's BJ Penn fault. BJ Penn wanted to fight all them fights when he was an old ass nigga. They was putting Tyrone Woodley in them hard ass fights, though. BJ Penn old ass should have retired 6 fights ago before he returned. Stybin is a good fighter, 185. He got a resume. I like him as a fighter. Okay, I just want to see what you had to say about. Okay, I just want to see what you had to say about style. He said if Usman fucked around and fought Kemzat, can you get some respect? By by the way they talk about this Kemzat dude, if Usman fold his ass up, Usman got to be the greatest of all time, bro. By the way they talking about this new dude, by the way they talking about this dude, and I ain't even know Usman fan or nothing like that. But shit. By the way they talking about this Kemzat dude, if Usman beat him, said BJ Penn get beat by guys as an old days man. All them dudes who beat him top five. Now I'm call people who beat him top five. Him don't he said Kemzat got some respect, but but Kemzat gets some respect, but ain't no top five all time though. The way they talking about this nigga, the way they talking about this nigga. 'Cause every time I hear him, all I hear is the way they talking about this nigga. This nigga is the Jerome Boot, David Morrell Jr. of boxing. What they talking about this nigga? Cause he a new nigga. And everybody saying he could beat this guy, he could beat that guy. He the greatest of all time. He this, he that. This nigga had 4 fights in the UFC, had 6 amateur fights and 4 professional fights. And y'all mean to tell me this nigga is the GOAT? This nigga need to move up to 185. We gonna really see if he can go when he move up to 185, ain't he? And he getting there with Style Bender, and then he try to go down there and he try to attack Style Bender legs as soon as the fight start. And Style Bender need the shit out of him. You know what I mean? We got to really see. He need to go up to 185. That's who weight draining. How about that, Ghost? That's who weight draining, y'all boy. The new nigga in town. That's who weight draining comes out. The rational ass nigga is him. He draining. And he be cheap. As soon as the fight start, he go down there and he shoot at people's legs. He said, T is what I'm saying. They saying comes out finna be John Jones of the sport and shit. Yeah. That nigga be cheating, dog. That nigga be sleep. That nigga be trying to sleep people. As soon as they touch gloves, he go right down, shoot that nigga leg. Stab Ben ain't gonna touch that nigga. They ain't gonna stab Ben ain't gonna touch it. He gonna kick that nigga in his motherfucking face when he go down there and try to shoot at it. I said, bro, why this man be shooting on these folks as soon as they touch hands, bro? It's like a nigga shaking your hand. It's like a nigga asking you for dap and then swinging on you. It's like how Floyd Mayweather did Victor Ortiz, but unjustified. He just be going in there, dabbing people up and then shooting on their ass. He said Canelo implant press. It's on now. I'm gonna turn it on now. Fair use commentary only. Fair use commentary on PBC Boxing, Showtime PBC Boxing pay per view. Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant press conference. Fair use commentary only. Fair use commentary only. It's on. It's on now. D High. I see it say loud. What I miss? Did I miss something? Fair use commentary only.
This event is brought to you by Canelo Promotions and CGB Promotions, and sponsored by Hennessy and by Dwayne. And now, without further ado, let's bring out our fighters.
He just would tell you, and I ain't even saying Mayweather was wrong. I'm just saying that's what that Kem's out dude be doing, bro. He be dapping niggas up, then shooting on them. Tell my nigga Jay Gills anyway, y'all about to be 2-0 against Wayne Charlie. We think. Tell my nigga Jay Gills. Nah, fuck that Kem's out nigga. Fuck that Kem's out nigga.
And he is ready. Making the fourth defensive record.
Tell that nigga to fight. Did y'all see the dude?
He is the undefeated reigning champion of the world, Sweet Man, Taylor the Prince. And his opponent, the unified world champion and a star of boxing, accompanied by his longtime trainer and manager, Eddie Reynoso, the fighting pride of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Boxing's #1 star in pound-for-pound, great, the 4th division world champion, and the current WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight champion.
Fuck that nigga, Ghost.
Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Somebody tell Canelo take that dumbass head off.
We're going to hear from our fighters shortly. At this time, we'd like to acknowledge the outstanding cooperation and effort by the co-promoters in making this event possible. Another promotion, along with President Tom Brown and the team of TGT Promotions. Well,
Caleb Plant need to get up and smack that bitch.
Exciting year for Showtime Championship Boxing. And there's much more to come. Exciting schedule next 2 months and 2021. But nothing is bigger than this fight, this big fight, Canelo versus Plant. At the helm of it.
I'm gonna go see the hat. Bro, it's just a regular hat, go. It's just a regular hat, go. Go sit down.
Thank you very much.
It's just a regular hat, bro.
For Showtime Sports 2021 has been one of our most prolific years.
I'm just talking shit, bro. Like, well, go see the hat. It's just a regular hat.
Mixed martial arts events from January to December.
Y'all hear this shit?
The biggest year of televised and combat sports in our history. Week after week, month after month, year after year.
Fair use commentary only. Fair use commentary only.
There's no other network that presents the sport with the quality, experience, the clarity, the objectivity, and the expertise that we do. And that's why this fight, Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant for the undisputed super middleweight title.
Y'all hit that like button for your boy.
The highest quality presentation with the largest.
I'm at 29. Get your boy to 30.
We're in the midst of a remarkable run of 7 fights in 8 weeks. 3 days away from the biggest fight of the year, obviously. Following weekend, we have another promising young star, David Benavidez.
Why did Red Nose bitch say that?
Followed by a unification fight on the 27th, Stephen Colton and Brandon Figueroa. And Tank Davis pay-per-view, as well as Nonito.
Like, get your ass off the stage, nigga.
Versus Tommy Fury.
We want to hear your ass.
But here today with
it's taco. I'm making tacos today.
PDC, TGV Promotions. We're thrilled to be back here.
Yeah, I'm making. Let me go see if I got some tortillas left.
This is the home of historic fights.
I just ate
Roberto Duran, George Foreman, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. They've all fought here. This is a historic arena and the appropriate destination for a fight like this. Canelo has fought here 7 times, Plant twice. Previously on Showtime, Canelo has fought 5 times on Showtime, and we're thrilled to welcome him back. This will be Plant's 2nd appearance on Showtime, and we're thrilled to have him back as well. Canelo, you know him by now. He is the consensus #1 fighter in the sport. Turned pro at age 15, never been down as a pro. There's a lot of discussion about where he ranks among the all-time greats of Mexican boxers.
Is it just me or is Espinosa talking slow in the video?
The right question is where he ranks among the all-time greats from anywhere in the world. He's had 22 bouts versus world titleists. 11 of his last 12 fights have been against world champions. He's been a world champion in 4 different divisions, and he is universally considered boxing's pound-for-pound leader. And is looking to be the first Mexican in the 4-belt era to be an undisputed champ. And the first fighter from anywhere.
Nose up here sucking out this.
To be the undisputed champion.
I ain't gonna say that.
Canelo
Y'all hear for nose up here, though.
be successful in unifying all the titles. He will have done so in just 11 months after winning his first title. He becomes undisputed.
He said we live in some domestic news.
That's a quality of fights this young man coming in. You know Caleb Plant, he is also a champion, an IBF world champion, undefeated. People ask, what does Caleb Plant bring to this fight? The better question is, what doesn't he bring to this fight?
Fair use commentary only, man. Fair use commentary only.
An excellent boxer, good movement, strong.
Something you said to this man. Yeah, he got. Yeah, you heard that shit.
So when you have someone as well established as Canelo is,
Sucking out
pound for pound number 1, the biggest star in the sport, the temptation is to assume that Canelo is going to be as dominant as we've seen him be.
I like Espinosa. I ain't gonna talk bad about Espinosa, but
as Lee Corso
he got his Canelo pants on
not
today.
so fast, my friend. This is without a
Fair
doubt
use commentary
Canelo's
only.
toughest fight, his biggest challenge since the Golovkin.
He
So,
got his Canelo pants on today.
This animosity. This is not just the undisputed world title at stake. This is for pride. This is for legacy. This is for history. Don't miss it. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Reminding you, this is live on Showtime pay-per-view. You can order the event on showtime.com/ETV or virtually all the traditional cable and satellite providers. As Stephen had mentioned, it takes place here at the Grand Garden, MGM Grand Garden Arena, a historical venue. And my understanding that if you want to come see the fight live, there still are some tickets, limited tickets available. You can go to axs.com. And at this time, we want to hear from our trainer, the men who know the fighters the best. They've prepared expert game plans for their quality and valued opponents. First, we'll look at Caleb Plant's trainer and hear from him. His longtime trainer trains along with his father, Richie Plant. Please welcome to the microphone, Justin Gamberg. Justin.
Hello, I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank all the members of our team that are with us day in and day out, that put in work every day. And in my opinion,
Caleb Plant daddy told Justin to go. Y'all saw that?
We have so many great team members. Every one of them is great.
That's respect, nigga.
I want to thank our
He
team.
asked his daddy. He looked at his daddy. I don't know what he said, but he looked at his daddy. And his daddy said,
And I want to thank
his daddy told, he said, "Now." I think he said, "Now, go ahead." He told him to go.
Maybe this might happen. It's kind of, it's funny to say, but saying that we had the best training camp, I almost feels kind of cliche because I don't know, it seems like everyone says it, and I'm going to say again, we've had the best training camp. And every training camp that we've ever had has been great for different reasons, and this training camp has had its challenges for different reasons, but it's been the best training camp for me and for this team. So just know that no stone has been left unturned. All the work has been put in. We've gone above and beyond to prepare for this fight, and you're not going to see a better version of Caleb Plant in the ring on Saturday night. Not cool. The work's not done yet.
He don't pronounce Ringo name right.
12 rounds of boxing to put in, and at the end of those 12 rounds, I have no doubt whose hand will be raised is going to be Caleb Plant, the first undisputed super middleweight champion in boxing history. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Appreciate it.
Fuck, nigga. Fuck, nigga.
Thank you, Justin. And now we'll hear from Canelo's camp.
Fuck,
It's my
nigga.
pleasure to introduce to you at this time Canelo's loyal, longtime trainer and manager, Eddie Reynoso.
Take that dumbass head off, Canelo.
Buenas tardes.
Take that stupid ass head off. Bro, I don't know why that shit's so funny, bro.
And we have fought so many different fights against former champions and non-champions alike.
Creo que hay muy poco que decir de la carrera de Saúl, pero el sábado vamos a poner al primer mexicano, el primer latino como primer campeón indiscutible.
There is not much left to say about Canelo's career, but in the end, this Saturday we're gonna witness the first Mexican undisputed world champion.
Y a la vez respetamos mucho el trabajo del equipo de Plan.
The bitch ass nigga speak English, nigga.
Y el sábado se va a demostrar.
Try to use commentary on. Speak English, nigga. You can speak English.
This team as well, but in the end, we are better and we're gonna show that Saturday night.
Y poner al boxeo de México donde siempre debe estar en lo más alto. Pues muchas gracias a todos.
With no show pushing the race war. He only speaking English and he always promote Mexico. With no show pushing the race war.
Thank you very much, Eddie. We also want to recognize his father here, legendary old-time trainer. We say hello to Checo Reynoso. Before we hear from the fighters, we do want to acknowledge our undercard for this big event featuring 3 10-round bouts. Showdowns featuring in separate bouts two-time world champion Anthony the Dog Durrell and the Showtime debuts of former world champion Ray Vargas, who is still undefeated, and the knockout artist Elvis Rodriguez in separate bouts in our undercard on Saturday night. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear
Durrell,
from
Vargas,
It's
and
my pleasure first to introduce to you the IBF title holder.
who
He'll
was
be making
playing?
the 4th defense of his title. He is the talented and determined
It was Rodriguez.
IBF super middleweight champion of the world, Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant.
If I'm Caleb, I'm jumping right up. I'm gonna slap that bitch right now.
Well, appreciate all the media showing up today. I want to thank Alan Heyman, my manager Luis Tecudas,
I slap that bitch right now if I'm Caleb.
Showtime, Steven Espinoza, and everybody who plans on tuning in Saturday night. Not much time left, and really not much left to say, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Leading up to this fight, you know, said the Mexicans don't fuck around. But that's good to know because where I'm from, we don't fuck around either. So Saturday night, make sure you tune in. You'll be seeing the first undisputed super middleweight of all time. This is history. And you're looking at him, his name is Caleb Plant. Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb. Also want to remind you of the fighters and trainers will be available for one-on-one interviews following our Q&A from Brian Campbell coming up. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the
Y'all heard what the fuck Caleb said? Where I'm from, they don't fuck around either.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is going to and aiming to cement his place as one of boxing's all-time greats. Please welcome the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saúl Canelo Álvarez.
Quiero agradecer a todos por estar aquí, como siempre, apoyando.
I just want to thank everybody here for, like always, to be here supporting me.
Gracias a todos los que hicieron posible esta pelea.
Thank you, everybody, for making this fight possible.
Y como ya lo dije,
Why y'all niggas ain't speaking English?
hace muchos años empezamos este camino para enfrentar esto y estamos muy contentos de estar a muy pocos días de hacerlo.
And like Eddie said, we have come a long way to make this happen, and we are just days away from making history.
Y nada, agradecerles, no hay mucho que decir, nos vemos el sábado 6 de noviembre, como saben, vamos a hacer historia juntos, gracias a todos, y quisiera aprovechar para darle a Eddie el reconocimiento de hace ya un año más o menos, más de un año, por la pandemia no se lo dieron, del entrenador del año.
We would like to recognize Eddie Reynoso as Trainer of the Year. We didn't have the chance to do it with the pandemic, so I wanted to be thankful.
Muy merecido y creo que este año va a volver a hacerlo.
This is very well deserved, and I believe it's going to be good this year.
Gracias.
Yeah, thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our Q&A session. And to lead us at this time, my pleasure to introduce to you boxing and MMA journalist and co-host of Showtime's Morning Combat. Please welcome Ryan Campbell.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. Thanks to all the media for being here today. It's Fight Week, Las Vegas, 3 days out from history. But as these fighters know, sometimes the fight really begins when the fight is signed. And sometimes the promotional story, the journey can teach us things. September 22nd, the press conference that formally announced this fight. We almost found out who was the new undisputed champion on that day in Beverly Hills. So let me start here, Canelo. What did you learn about your opponent, Caleb Plant, from what took place that day in Beverly Hills when this fight was announced?
No, nothing. It's different. In the arena is way different, so I don't take nothing from that.
More or
Nothing.
less the same question to you, Caleb, but really a focus on were you surprised? I don't want to say how easily, maybe how quickly you were able to visibly get under Canelo's skin.
I mean, well, it wasn't my intention to get under his skin. And again, I think, you guys make a lot more of it than we do. I'm sure me and him both have been in worse couples than that. And I'm sure most people in this room have been in worse couples than that. So it's, again, like you said, when the bell rings, it's completely different. I don't take anything away from anything from the press conference.
Canelo, you made a great career fighting anyone, anytime, any style. When you look back over your run, what have you, or who have you faced that you think has prepared you to defeat Caleb Plant on Saturday?
No, I faced for many fights, many good fighters. With that side, so that made me feel confident in my boxing experience.
I want to slide that question over to Eddie Reynoso, your trainer. When it comes to developing a game plan to defeat Caleb Plant, what is your main focus for Saturday?
Cuando se trata de desarrollar una estrategia para vencer a Caleb Plant, ¿en qué te enfocas para este sábado?
No, pues en lo único que me enfoco es lo que sabe ser boxeador. Hicimos un gran campamento, una gran preparación y creo que nos preocupamos por lo que hagamos, por lo que vamos a hacer nosotros arriba del ring, hacerlo bien.
I don't focus on the opponent. I focus on what my fighter is going to be able to do. We had an amazing training camp, a great preparation, and we're going to be ready to roll on Saturday night.
Caleb Plant is champion versus champion. You've had an incredible journey to get here. When did the idea of facing Canelo Alvarez first become a reality to you?
Well, I'm someone who, likes to focus on what's in front of me, and up until recently, he hasn't been in my weight division, so, I haven't really thought anything of him or anything of it. But, once he came into the division, I thought, this would make a huge mega fight, and here we are. So.
I've heard the phrase from you, whether it be at Showtime's All Access series or in many interviews, by any means necessary. What does that mean in particular to you winning this fight?
Just by any means necessary to get the job done. And I feel like that not just myself, my team, we've done that this far to get to this point. And me, whether it's in boxing or whatever, by any means necessary, I've gotten here. I've had plenty of chances to bow out. I've had plenty of chances to step away and say, no, I'm done. I've had enough. And I haven't. So Saturday night, I can't wait for the bell to ring.
I want to direct a question to your own team, Justin Gamer, your trainer, father and trainer, Richie Plant. Now, when you look at the skills that Caleb brings to the table, what advantages does he have against Canelo?
Well, anytime you face the pound for pound best in boxing, you're going to have your work cut out for you. And we've had our work cut out for us before at the end of the day. And, we're prepared. We prepared our whole career for this tonight, fighting the best. And on Saturday night, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about.
Canelo, I heard you say to the degree at times this is just another fight, although you certainly accepted and went after this fight because of your pursuit of history. I think if Caleb has shown you anything in the build, it's the mental toughness. Any means necessary, like he says, he's coming for you. Does that change your preparation at all, knowing you have a very mentally tough opponent across you?
No, I always train 100%. I always train obviously for the style of my opponent, but I always say 100%, and I like the idea.
Caleb, it's not easy to defeat Canelo Alvarez, only one man has. It's not easy to win a close decision against him, considering his ability to land clean counter shots, heavy blows. Can you win a decision against Canelo? Is to the knockout. How does this fight look when you dream it, when you imagine Saturday night?
The way I see this fight turning out is, Jimmy Lynn is saying, and the new undisputed and still undefeated. And, as far as the business goes, he's had multiple close fights for Lara. Austin Trout gave him a good fight. Triple G is giving him good fights. And but I believe that the right people are put in place to make sure that the right decision is made on Saturday night, and anything out other than that is out of my control. So all I'm focused on is the game plan, me and my team, and the job that has to be done, and that's what we're focused on.
We'd like to continue this conversation with the media members and present here at the FGF Grand Garden Arena. Steve Pratt, if you could tee up the first question.
First use commentary only. First use commentary only.
Shout out to the fantastic. Caleb, it has to be something for your mental psyche up here. You're sitting next to Canelo, all these accolades. His trainer is giving a world trainer here at the same time. What do you do?
Fight of the year.
And with all the media around it already saying that Canelo's going to win.
Fight of the year.
What do you do to keep staying so that it doesn't get up your skin?
I mean, like a lot of us, people are going to say what they're going to say, but they don't get to say, and I get to say. So I can't focus on what other people have to say about me or what they say I can accomplish. If I had listened to them to begin with, I wouldn't even be here. So again, I'll focus on the game plan. I'll focus on what I got to do, and what people say or odds makers. That has nothing to do with me, and that's none of my business.
Buenas tardes. ¿Qué significa para ti que ya no te están poniendo en la ecuación de los mejores mexicanos? Para muchos eso ya se logró. ¿Qué significa como mexicano que te pongan en la ecuación? Ya está en la historia como los mejores boxeadores, no solamente de México, sino de todo el mundo.
No, pues al final del día para eso trabajo, ¿no? Para eso estoy aquí, para hacer historia, para que me pongan como uno de los mejores peleadores en la historia del boxeo, no solo de México. Entonces me siento muy orgulloso y eso es lo que me motiva para seguir en este camino.
The question was, how does it feel to not only be considered one of the all-time Mexican greats, but one of the all-time greats worldwide? And Canelo said that that's the goal, to be an all-time great. And I'm so proud of trying to achieve that. And I'm never going to stop until I try my best to be one of the all-time greats. La pregunta para Saúl Canelo Álvarez, Osvaldo Príncipe del Sport Argentina. Saúl, tanto como Plan, hemos hablado ya muchísimo de la película. Digo al hombre, le pregunto, lo veo con esa expresión. ¿Dónde está su cabeza a esta altura del miércoles, pensando en la balanza, viendo la cara de Plan?
Speak English, nigga.
Quizás los periodistas no podemos percibir. Pero
Sweet
está
English, nigga.
pensando con esa expresión tan para adentro, Saúl Canelo Álvarez a esta hora de la conferencia.
Ganar. Eso es lo único que pienso en ganar, visualizo la victoria, visualizo cómo voy a hacer las cosas arriba del cuadrilátero y siempre visualizo eso, es lo único que pienso esta semana, no en ganar, en hacer las cosas como las tengo que hacer.
The question was, as far as what goes in, what's your thoughts as far as before the fight, before the weigh, sitting next to plan? What goes in your head, not just as a fighter, but as a man? And Canelo said that only one thing goes through his mind, and that's winning. That's the only thing he's concerning about. Everything else is beyond him. The only thing he cares about is what's going to happen inside the ring, what's already happened.
For you commentary only. For you
La pregunta es,
commentary
estamos
only.
hablando bastante interesante con los mexicanos. Checo Pérez va a estar peleando campeón de México. Tú vas a estar peleando por algo que no se ha hecho antes. ¿Llegaste a hablar con Checo Pérez acerca de esto, de lo que tú crees significaba para la alegría del pueblo de México?
No, no he hablado con él para nada de esto, pero la verdad es que a mí me motiva y me enorgullece mucho que el mismo fin de semana estemos buscando algo grandísimo para México y la verdad que me
Yeah, he said he don't got much to say. Fight about to pop out. Niggas getting into that. We getting into that mode. Both of their energy different. Both of their energy different.
So the question was, what's mean to him for two Mexicans to be on the verge of making such great history? And Canelo said that he hasn't gotten to talk to Checo Perez yet, but that it motivates him absolutely the fact that he can make history as well as Sergio Canada. Hopefully, it can happen that way, and it can be an unbelievable, unforgettable weekend for Mexican fans everywhere. So your priority question.
Hey, Adrian, defenders with Caleb Boxy. Caleb, you've been underestimated throughout your career, and now you have this chance to become undisputed at 168. How much more motivational and speed would that be for Saturday night?
I mean, I've been an underdog. Maybe this is like my third time in my career, so but it's a place that I like to be. I like people rooting against me. I like being an underdog. I like that position. It gives me extra motivation. But fighting for the first undisputed super middleweight championship of the world, you don't need much more than that. So I'm focused. I'm locked in. I'm ready. I'm relaxed. I'm calm, and I'm focused.
Caleb, do you have any final words for your fans, for your opponent on how Saturday night's fight will turn out?
So it's on pay-per-view. Just make sure you tune in. Like I said before, this isn't just.
Let's go! Fuck, nigga.
Witness history is I get crowned the first undisputed super middleweight champion in the world.
No, we'll give you the last word.
Fuck, nigga.
What goes down this Saturday night?
No, agradecerles a todos, más que nada agradecerles, espero que estén viendo esta gran pelea, es una gran pelea, una pelea histórica. Ahora sí la catalogan como pelea del año por todo lo que significa y espero que los fans estén ahí apoyando y que disfruten de una gran
I'm
noche.
tired of Sean Porter. I'm tired of Sean Porter giving Jerome Boots Ennis all this credit and not trying to fight him.
You're going to be witnessing something that you're going to remember for a long time, and I hope you can enjoy it.
All 4 super middleweight world titles at stake. The first undisputed champion in 168-pound history this Saturday night, Las Vegas, this arena, and only on Showtime pay-per-view. Pre-order right now on show.com. That's SHO/PPV. Scant tickets remain at AXS.com. Thank you so much to the media members for showing up today, the fighters and their teams, and all those watching at home. We'll see you Saturday night.
Again, fair use commentary only. We just watched the Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez press conference, Showtime Boxing, PBC, fair use commentary only. It's fight week, couple days away from that. What we got? Thursday, Friday. We got 2 more sleeps. Now we got 3 more sleeps. We got tonight. We got Wednesday night sleep, Thursday night sleep, Friday night sleep, nigga. Then it's fight day. You feel me? Undisputed. 168. How y'all boys feeling? How y'all boys feeling, man? Caleb Plant alluded to it. He said I done my part. He said I got people in position that feel like they give me the best chance. So whatever happens from here, it just happens. Caleb Plant ain't making no excuses. He said that boy was a drug cheat. He also said before today, but I'm glad that he said, live on TV that, he feel like he don't feel like that Canelo Alvarez cheating this time. He feel like everything on the up and up. You know what I mean? So Kelly Plant ain't coming out here looking to make no excuses if he was to lose, which I don't think that he is gonna lose in general. You know what I mean? But that press conference, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like they both, my guy the D has said, playing energy different. I felt like Canelo energy different too. I felt like Canelo was more poised. And I also felt like that Caleb Plant was more, actually Caleb Plant is always poised. Caleb Plant just, got out of his character the last time because Canelo Alvarez pushed him and then, the fight happened went down. He said, got my food ready to screen Plant at the TV. On God, Brody. I think I'm gonna throw me a little. When I say a little pie, I ain't even gonna throw no little pie. I'm probably just gonna invite, I'm probably just gonna invite my goddamn gal in the game, my gal and her kid, you know, over here. We probably just go parlay. I'm gonna make some goddamn wings, some rotel, shit like that. Might order a pizza. I might make. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something though. But we gonna do something though. We gonna turn up. We gonna turn up for it again. I'm gonna show y'all on the IG, but we gonna meet up on the line. Y'all know how it go. But I'm gonna actually show this fight. I'm gonna show y'all on the IG this time. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure we do so. I'm kicking it. I don't gotta work no more. I'm out the rest of the week. I work Sunday through Wednesday, so I'm chilling. I'm just waiting on fight week. I'm waiting on fight day now, y'all. I ain't got nothing else to do. I ain't signing up for no overtime or shit this week. I'm loafing. I'm on chill. Where I'm at right now is where I'm gonna be. Where I'm at right now is where I'm gonna be. Right here. You feel me? I'm just waiting on my time to come. Wait. Just wait. I wonder what time the cars and shit gonna start Saturday. Shout out my guy on Skippy Virtuoso for sliding through this junk. Glad you could make it, Brody. We in this junk loafing. I done did the whole show that we're in this junk kicking. I'm really loafing, right now. I don't got shit going. I'm gonna fuck around and, you know, I might fuck around. No, I ain't gonna marathon this junk though, but I'm gonna kick around a little longer. I'm really waiting for BF to start type shit. I'm just loafing around. We just watched the Canelo versus Caleb Plant press conference. I'm hyped about it. I'm in here. I really was thinking of plans for that motherfucker. Exactly what I'm gonna do. Exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay, BF said he going on at 4:45. So I'm gonna stick on this bitch until BF go on, and then I'm gonna go and get going. But we just watched the Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez play. Mike the Reaper, what's good? Glad you could make it, buddy. Glad you could make it. Make sure y'all don't forget about Michael Fox though, y'all. Michael Fox and Masquerade. Yeah, don't forget to send me the info. Okay. You know what I'm saying, AB? I might not even do nothing, AB. I ain't gonna lie to you, AB. I might not even do shit. So I might not even need it. Okay, okay. I feel I just woke up. I worked there, so I missed out on the president thing. Nah, they ain't get the jacket, bro. Ain't nothing major happen. It was a pretty regular press conference. Pretty regular press conference, man. Pretty regular press conference. They look focused. They look focused. I say that. Yeah, it really wasn't nothing. It really wasn't nothing overly exciting. It was really chill. It wasn't nothing exciting. I expected it to be more intense, though. I ain't gonna lie. I expected it to be a little more intense. But I'm still excited for the fight. Shit, still gonna be. I just think there was intensity that we saw. It was just intense. It's them both understanding that they in for the toughest fight of their lives. That's what I think. I think they both understand that they're in for the toughest fight of their life. I think that's what's going on. I think that's what we saw translate on the screen. Two fighters knowing what's in front of them, two fighters with a completely, different vibe that we didn't have. Focused. Who go control it better? I said Canelo went in and said he confident in his fight experience. You know what I mean? Caleb playing his confidence in his skills. You know what I mean? So it's just the way you see, man. He said the closer you get to the fight, feel more like Caleb got a better chance to win this. I hope he don't get smoked by Canelo and leave some room for play. Right. I think, man. I think I'm a firm believer, and I'm the same where you at. The closer you get to it, the more I believe in it. But I always believe in it. But just seeing where they at mentally, just seeing how focused he is, just seeing how focused he is, gave me a little confidence though. But I'm finna go and get up out of here, man. I've been on this jump 3 hours almost. I'm finna go and get up out of here. Appreciate y'all folks sliding through this jump. Oh, I'm probably finna take me a goddamn nap. Watch BF take me a goddamn nap. I guess I'm gonna wake up and make me some motherfucking tacos or some shit. But make sure y'all stay up on this Michael Fox versus Masquerade thing. They trying to fuck our boy Michael Fox. They said again that they not gonna do nothing. So I think it's time that we push again on this Michael Fox situation because we can't keep letting them, get by with shit like this. Because if we let them get by with shit like this, they go continue, to do shit like this. They did it a couple weeks right after Michael Fox. They did with Robson Cornsinka. You know what I mean? So if they feel like they can get away with it, you better believe that they go get away with it. But that's all I got. Skinny Hardaway, Southern T. He's there, right? Exactly. Seems like he's starting and ready to go. Salute, catch y'all later. Appreciate you signing through this creative break. Also appreciate everybody that came through, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good shit. Skinny Hardaway 17. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking.